I've gone down a different route. I've gone someone who's never reached the heights that he was lived up for, Jack Rodwell.
This guy watched Sunderland turn down yesterday.
Yeah, I'm just rewatching it at the moment. But no, I think he is someone that could have actually been someone great. Was prospected to be a really good midfielder and is now 32 playing centre back at...
Stinker.
You're saying stinker?
Wait,
what's stinker about?
Let him finish. 32 playing where?
That's a stinker?
No, playing where?
Are you saying that's actually...
No,
Sydney FC?
So you're hating on A-League now?
No. That's going for what he could be.
Bleeping boring.
Did you just say how good A-League was just before his first?
Disappointing. He reached the bloody peak of his life signing for City.
Mate, how's it disappointing?
I'm dead.
He was on 100 G's at Sunderland. That's not disappointing. I wouldn't be disappointed.
Man, that's boring as hell.
Oh, man, no. It's my opinion.
Jack Rodwell.
That's why we're on this. We all have our own opinions. That's
He even
Fair call, man.
where do you think? Do you think he was top 3 Ballon d'Or?
No, but I think from Everton days, he could have been a lot better than what he turned out to be, for sure.
Everton.
Yeah.
So you think he should have been better at Everton? You should have taken him to the league.
He should
No, when he was at Everton, he could have been better.
Yeah, taking him top 4.
It could have taken him to higher things, but then he just never reached that.
That's
He
should have used Google for that one.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
saying it's
freaking
disappointing.
boring as hell.
He should have gone to Madrid, man.
Yeah, he should have gone. Yeah,
Crazy.
Or Barca.
he would have been part of Galacticos.
PSG.
Jack Rodwell didn't reach his peak. So Riley thinks he should have been playing for Prime Barca.
All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. You're back with Let Him Shoot. I am Chrissa, and I'm always happy to be here. To my very, very left,
Very leftist.
my best friend is back.
Yeah, guys,
Gotta
I'm back.
keep
I'm
everyone on
back.
their toes.
Liverpool gang.
I had to take a little sick hiatus, a little cold fee. I wasn't going to do flu game on the episode. So I'm back though. Pengus Tech is Samuel these days. Yeah, that's it.
You didn't want to do a Go Bear?
Nah, I
Sure,
didn't want
mate.
to give everybody COVID.
Another basketball reference.
Those I get it.
Multi-sport.
Yeah.
It's like that, what's that place in Kaylene?
Multi-yum chicken.
Oh, like the
Oh,
multi.
the Kaylene indoor
Yeah,
sport. And you do
Kaylene
like
indoor sport.
netball,
Yeah,
soccer,
netball,
volleyball in one
fluffy
night.
ball.
Yeah.
I've done it once.
That stuff's good.
It's
We used to do it for
really
school.
the people
random.
in the fluff ball. They are like I've seen full on punch ups.
Intense, yeah.
It is. It gets because the ball doesn't go out.
Yeah.
It's just tempers flare.
People
The ball's
crashing
bouncing
into the
everywhere,
walls.
The worst
Yeah.
one's
and you get
cricket in there,
so
though.
much like. Oh, what's the word? Like power on that fluff ball. If you hit it
Yeah.
right on the volley.
The swats.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Unreal. It's like a Jabalani.
Kaylin Indoor Sports, we don't do free shout outs, so
Yeah.
Yeah,
pay up.
sponsor us.
Someone
That one
so,
was like-
so production's going to bleep
Yeah.
that shit out.
yeah, 1.5. If you pay us 1.5, we'll unbleep it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Straight in the
Unlock
Bud's
it.
We're not talking
account.
about thousands, we're talking about millions.
That's it.
Yes,
Yes, like your old stage name. Billiards. Okay.
And-
What's your name?
My name, my name, best young chef in Canberra. Riley, you know how it is. Back again, becoming a regular starter on the episodes. We like it. It's good to see.
It's your boy MJ, Born in Africa gang. This is the Born in Africa gang seat. This
Yeah.
Is it?
this is the this is the Born in Cyprus gang.
Born in Cyprus gang. Close enough.
But no, happy to be here. Another good episode pending, I reckon. No,
Yeah.
vibes are up, man.
If I'm not mistaken, Cyprus is pretty close to the thing.
where?
Here we go.
To
Geography.
Tanzania.
Is
Yeah,
it?
okay. See,
Really?
this
I'm
is,
not,
I don't know.
I'm not too
this is
sure.
why you can't listen.
I'm not too sure
I'll
yet,
bring,
but
I'll bring my
I think we have to do a
globe
disclaimer
next week.
before every episode and say
Production,
none
just
of
check
this
that
is
one
factual.
quickly.
Nothing that's said on this
It's either
episode is
Tanzania
factual.
or thing.
Do you mean Turkey?
Or what?
Or
It's
Chad.
very close to Turkey. It's like
No.
Chrissa, he's just being
No, that's Europe. You're talking about. I'm talking about like if country-wise, the closest
okay.
is Chad or Tanzania.
all right. I'm gonna look
Oh,
that
they're
up for you
similar,
for
like-
next episode.
Yeah, so
Cyprus
he-
is
just
similar.
just
Stop it,
making
Mitch.
things-
No,
stop
not
it.
similar.
No,
just
no.
close
What?
to.
It's okay. We can just.
What are you
yeah.
chatting about? No, man.
I think we should just bleep that out as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, we'll
to be
just
honest.
bleep.
Just
Anyways-
bleep it
Bleep
all.
anything Bud says.
Yeah.
PBB, keep it short, simple today. I'm back again. This is my 300th episode consecutive.
Sheesh.
So Gandhi,
Sound
Wow.
like Mike
better
Tyson.
give me a shout out next episode.
300th.
300
Glad you heard it as
Huh?
well.
Yeah, that was
Oh,
Mike Tyson.
God.
Yeah, Gandhi.
300.
What do you
Is
say?
the cosign you want?
Oh.
No, not that Gandhi. This Gandhi.
Gandhi
On the pod.
Banks.
Oh, okay.
The YouTube comments were up this week. I loved, reading through the comments. Samuel, do you have one you want to share with
Yes,
us?
I actually do.
Please,
I was just
please
looking at it,
do.
if you guys were wondering.
I was.
Here we go. From Joy. Great episode once again. Samuel's missed. That's why I picked this one. If you guys are beefing with Jeremy, just say so. Need him back on the episodes. Otherwise, it's all love. Can't wait for the next one. Well, you may see Jeremy back again soon. You may not.
Yeah. Get us
Are we beefing with him? Who knows?
Maybe,
Got to
maybe
keep watching
not.
the episodes to find
Yeah.
out.
It's
Nah,
like,
you know what it is? They got to unlock Jeremy.
yeah.
We need to get to 100K.
Yeah. 100K on TikTok, 3K on YouTube. Then,
That's it.
then he can come back.
And then it becomes
Then
an
we'll
unlocked
bring him
character.
back.
Then we'll unlock
Swear to
his-
God.
Yeah. Then we'll bring him back.
On Gandhi's
He might
life.
look a bit different.
Riley, comment?
Yeah, no, I also had a comment from Romance Scooja. De Gea is like Bud's football takes. Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit.
That's fact.
You know what? This guy's kind of spitting facts. I'm not going to lie. I have to agree with you,
You
Romance.
agree with that, bud?
He's just cut that I went at him last week for talking about Burner Boys.
Sure,
He
man,
hasn't
hey, we
slept,
let him.
It is what it is.
We
He's
let
trying
him.
to come back, but
I
he
just want to
can't.
shout out my guy.
You can't
Burner.
come back
Hey,
from
that was
that.
funny.
I want to shout
You
him out.
you went deeper than 6 feet under, bro. That was
How
you went
far?
deeper.
Hello.
On Delo.
I listened to that song
Hey,
on the
That
way
song
home
went
as
trending
well.
on Spotify after this episode.
You
Last
need
episode.
royalties. You need royalties.
Yeah.
already
do.
from
You should
that-
get paid
from that
for
episode.
No,
marketing.
shouldn't I get royalties? Not him. If I'm the one saying it-
Mispronunciations
if I'm
doesn't
the one
count
that
as
saying
royalties.
it- Okay, fair man.
I'll go 50-50. For
But we can
me,
split it, yeah.
I'm shouting out James Lim. Always loving the releases. Shout out to you, man. You're the GOAT.
Facts.
Yeah, I'm gonna shout out. This guy used to be we used to clash a lot. I'm gonna shout out Gandhi Banks. I'm starting to feel like there's love connection now. He said, "I understand what Bud's trying to say
Love.
with Ben White." Let me just stop it there. That's all I need to say.
What did the rest of
You're
the
not going to read the
comments?
rest of the comment.
Don't need to read the rest because he's starting to understand me. So that's good. I like that. Gandhi, we'll get there soon one day. We'll share a dinner plate together one day. You never know. little pasta and
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Yeah, that'll be cute, man.
I can cook. I can cook for you. I can get my mate
The
here
new
to
best young chef.
cook. Nah.
Nah.
I'll get Riley's mate Riley's up to cook for us. One hand chef.
I'm going to shout out KM because I love their comment and because we have the same initials. Let him shoot, always dropping at inconvenient time zones, love from Bahrain. As
Bahrain.
always,
Oh,
love the
shit.
conversations and thank you.
International,
You are
man.
welcome,
Yeah, wow.
KM. It's so nice to see all the comments and the people from all around. We've had people from Canada, Texas. There was, I can't remember where else. Anyway.
Bahrain.
It's
Bahrain.
Africans.
Yeah, it's pretty cool that you guys are, all around the world watching us.
You guys want a fun fact?
Here we go.
Yeah, sure.
No, man.
Bahrain have
Always.
one of the strongest dollar in the world. Search it out.
Do they?
A lot of the Arab countries do that, no?
Yeah, you know who has the strongest? I know this.
Who?
Here we go. I know this.
Fact,
He
it
said-
Kuwait.
didn't come straight away.
Wait, really?
Yeah, apparently a lot
That
of
sounds
them
like a
have,
real.
Like,
And
yeah.
they don't give out citizenship because they want to keep the bloodline very,
Oh,
very strong.
That is a
Strange.
fun
Yeah,
fact.
nice.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
very
And there's a lot of
strange.
young people in these countries as well.
Yeah.
Because you can only go there to work.
Yeah,
So it's got like I think it's like 6% of the population's like
Workers?
retired age. Sorry,
Oh, yeah.
6%. No, it's less than that. It's like, I think it's 94% are workers and 6% are retired.
Damn.
Wow.
they're
Which
retiring
is-
rich too.
yeah.
They got money in the bank.
Money.
Wow, the more you know. As we've been saying for the last couple of weeks, we are very close to 100,000 TikTok followers and we're getting up to 3,000 YouTube subscribers. So just, Samuel, what do they need to keep doing?
Guys, 1, you got to like. 2, you got to subscribe because it's not that difficult. It's really not that difficult.
It's not.
It's not.
It's
3,
so easy.
you got to share it to your friends. And this is not just a one-time thing. This is like when we drop, share it to your friends. When you go on TikTok, follow, like, share, subscribe, send a little copy link, favorite, whatever it is, get that video up.
That's it.
And then we all reach our goals.
Yes, sir.
We reach them.
We don't
You
ask
get
for
more
much.
content.
Yeah.
Everything will just work
It's
out
just
perfectly.
the perfect cycle.
Because
Jeremy
the bigger
comes
we
back.
get,
Jeremy comes back potentially.
literally, he might get unlocked. The bigger we get, the
Yeah.
more amazing content that you guys are going to
Let's
get.
go.
Absolutely.
The levels are only going to go up.
Alrighty, let's get into it. We are going to talk about the A-League
Yes!
Up first today, Samuel's favourite league.
I love this.
I want to start by talking about the Sydney Melbourne City semi-final, first leg, 1-1 draw, stalemate. I think I said when we were talking about the A-League a couple of weeks ago, the A-League finals are always full of controversy. They're always a bit, there's always something exciting happens. And that game, I think, was like 100% that. We had 2 disallowed goals, a penalty that was saved, and then they had to be retaken. Different penalty takers. It was just, it had it all. Samuel, thoughts on the game?
One, let me just start by saying, when it gets to elimination finals, I love that it's home and away.
Yeah.
Because that to me is perfect. It's also more money, but it also gives a chance for each individual city, especially with the way that the finals now only in Sydney. It does give a way for both home cities to have a chance playing in front of their home fans with the finals feel. The game, honestly, it was an excellent game, and it was the quality that I thought we expected from Sydney, but we didn't get to see for much of the season. I thought without Lafondra for a lot of games, they were missing a lot of players, but now they look like they're back and playing well, and they dominated in my opinion for most parts of the game against the Melbourne City side that 3 titles in a row. Yeah. So yeah, it was fantastic, and it was good to see the home support as well.
Yeah, I think Sydney did a similar thing to the week before, where they were pretty decent in the first half, but Melbourne didn't capitalise on their chances. And then second half, they were just outstanding. They were just attack after attack after attack. It was crazy. There was I think Melbourne again not taking their chances when Rodwell gave the ball away, and Van der Veen, I don't know how to pronounce his name. He had the perfect chance to make City go 2-0 up and miss that chance. So it was very exciting. MJ, what players impressed you in that game?
I like Burgess. I think this guy's technically...
man. Maxi Burgess.
There's something about his game that he's just so steezy. He's confident. He really can control the game. Nah, he's impressive. I like Caceres.
Yep.
I think he's another big player. I did like Mac.
Robert Mack.
Yeah.
Miller.
I think since he's come into the side, I feel like into the A-League, I feel like he's given you that taste of what them top level professionals look like, especially as wingers. He creates a lot. He's not afraid.
He's dangerous.
He's very dangerous. But even like Melbourne City, I thought, for me, like watching the A-League this season, the quality's been very impressive. Because I feel like it's had that narrative of, A-League isn't nothing like Europe. It's nothing like Asia. But the A-League is no joke, man. We're seeing some players in both of the games.
Yep.
High quality players that I think if you take it away from them, these guys can end up in Europe.
Like you said, if you look at Burgess' performance in that game and the last maybe 5 or 6 games, he has been phenomenal. He's been playing a lot out on the left and in midfield, and he has an engine that he can just up and down for the whole game. And then he's so good on the ball, so technically good. If he wasn't 28 years old, I would think, man, he would have been definitely a shout for the Socceroos. And he might be in the future. But I thought, if he wasn't 28 years old, you'd think he'd have a bright future.
You know who else was impressive? The wing back.
Geordie Boss.
Fullback. Geordie.
He's impressive every game. He's impressive every game.
He lived up to everything I thought of him. I haven't watched much of City this season, but me and my husband, the whole game, he is so good in attack, in defence. He was one of City's best players. And it's funny because, they're big players. I was talking the other week how much I love J-Mac. He was nowhere to be seen this game. And I don't know, is there any other players we think that maybe didn't perform as well this game?
I think City, a big reason for why City weren't as good as they've been is because they don't have Aidan O'Neill. I think he's been one of the best players this season in the A-League, let alone for Melbourne City. And I think since he got brought into the Australia squad, he looks like a starter for the Socceroos. And without him, I think their midfield just lacked a lot of structure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I was just saying.
Do we think with Matt Leckie back in the side, does that a big addition for Melbourne City?
I think so.
He's been out for a hamstring problem. I feel like bringing somebody like that, he brings experience, he brings explosiveness. He's been in the league for so many years. He's been in this position before. I feel like this is probably a good chance for Melbourne to kind of step it up, especially playing. They're at home next.
Yeah.
So I think.
And like we've said, in finals football, you need players who can create something out of nothing. And Lecky is definitely someone who can do that. Yeah, he can create out of nothing. He can create for Jamie McLaren and he can create for the others. I think it was very disappointing, Tilio's performance, for you guys, for everyone who watched.
It
because
just wasn't happening for him.
I mean, he's young and it happens, but I feel like it just felt like it was a stage against his old team set up for him to perform, but he didn't have the game that I thought he would.
I think we also got to give props to Thomas Glover.
Yeah.
Oh,
He was
My
he
God.
was amazing.
That's one of the greatest saves I've seen.
Oh,
Man.
that
The-
was,
off the cutback?
Could be a very different
Yeah.
story.
Oh my God.
He was on it.
and obviously saved the first pen too. That wasn't it wasn't allowed.
Yeah.
On the penalty,
I didn't,
very weird.
that confused me.
We were watching it, and I thought.
back.
Yeah.
No,
I
it
think
wasn't
it was the defender that had
No, it was
come
the
into the
defender.
box.
Early.
That,
okay.
But-
Yeah.
Yeah.
But because they cleared it, they said it stopped the
Yeah.
Sydney player from coming in and
Yeah,
maybe
of
getting
course.
a follow up.
But I didn't know they could change the.
That's what I was
Taker.
going to say.
I thought it had to be the same.
Oh,
I thought that when you do a redo, it has to be the
I
exact
thought it
same.
has to be the same taker.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Well, yeah, I agree. And my initial problem was, I don't think refs even call that for every single penalty.
They
as
don't.
well.
They
Yeah.
don't.
So that's my first problem. And the second problem is, like you mentioned, can you do that?
I
can
didn't
do
know
that?
you can
Oh,
do
no,
that.
know that.
Let's
I
run
think-
it back. That's crazy.
I didn't know you could do that because I think maybe if it happens before the penalty's taken, like then
It's like a restart.
then it's like just resets
Yeah.
and you can change the taker. Like I feel like if it's the keeper who steps off the line, like before the like too early, then maybe I don't know. But surely that
It shouldn't be able to. It should
Yeah.
be the, it should
Yeah.
have
Because
to be
it
the same.
gives him an advantage now. Because
Yeah.
he's the
it's someone
same
else.
player.
Yeah.
He has to think about something else now.
But it was just so
Weird.
strange for me. I didn't know that was a thing and that would be
whole
allowed.
situation was weird. What do we think of Caceres taking the penalty? Because
Crazy.
if I'm Steve Corica, I'm pissed off that my penalty taker's not taking the penalty.
Yeah,
And
fair.
Adam Lafondra said after the game, he wanted to take it. I'm like, mate, it's your semi-final. Why are
cares
you
if he
making
wants to
someone
My
else
thinking,
take the penalty?
my thinking was, do you guys remember when Lafondra missed before he got injured, he missed those 2 pens in the 90th minute for them to lose. And I was thinking, maybe since then he hasn't taken one since he missed those back to back. And I was thinking, all right, maybe Caceres. But then Caceres missed and he went straight. Lafondra just took it.
Yeah.
Slotted it as
And he
well.
slotted it.
But with
Same
how he was
spot.
playing, you'd want him to take that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It was
It was
weird.
very strange to me.
It's kind of reminiscent of the Man City thing with Gundogan
taking it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pep Guardiola.
Losing
And I
it.
feel like as a coach and even just as a system, yeah, I get it if you're playing well or whatever, if you have milestones, cool. But I think ultimately the game's a game. And I feel like that's when you need your penalty taker to step up and he's taking it. You know,
Yeah.
if the game's
Especially
over,
in the semi-final.
3-0, okay,
Fair
cool.
enough. Yeah.
But if it's a semi-final and you've got a lot to lose,
Even in a home and away game, you know what I mean? Even if
Yeah.
you're 3-0 up, you still want, it needs to be a goal.
Yeah.
Because a pen save or a goal can change the whole game.
Yeah. Change the whole tie, yeah.
Exactly.
we look at that Leeds game, you know. If,
Exactly.
If he slots it,
Yeah.
the game's over.
Yeah.
It's 2-0, but he doesn't. They go score, and that was the Leeds versus
Newcastle.
game. So yeah, I don't know. Stuff like that for me is interesting.
Now, Sydney have to go to the fortress that is Amy Park for the second leg. City's home form this season is ridiculous. I'm pretty sure it's 10 wins, 3 draws, 0 losses.
Tough place
So
to go.
Sydney have they haven't won at Amy Park since 2018.
Empty park, yeah.
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 The fortress that has no
Yeah, the
fans in
fortress
it.
with no fans.
It's going to be very hard for Sydney to get a result there. But Riley, what do you think? Do you think Sydney or Melbourne's going to make it through?
I don't know. I think when you say those stats and how both teams kind of looked, I think it could be City for the taking. Like they just, it's their game at home. It's so hard. That's a hard game to lose, and you definitely don't want that. And like we said, with some of the players they have, like Lecky, anything can happen. I think, it definitely could be City's game to lose for sure.
Samu, who do you think's going through?
I think it would be stupid to bet against Melbourne City.
Yeah.
But the way that Sydney have looked the last 2 weeks, it's like obviously I'm sitting on the fence here.
He's just
but
scrambling.
It's
Sorry.
hard to look against how they played last
Yeah.
week and
So
the week before.
Who you go with?
But I'll say Melbourne City are going through.
But who do you reckon?
You guys know my answer. Sydney FC, ride or die, baby.
You did. Was it you that said they were going to win the whole thing?
Yeah. I said
That's
they were
a
going to
great
beat
shout.
Western Sydney.
And I know Denai's
I think taking a draw into an away fixture is not so bad. Especially the way they played. They should be just as confident to get a result there.
Yeah, especially because it's not a bloody raucous atmosphere.
Yeah.
It's pretty.
Far out.
And if the
tame.
Cove travels, the Cove's
Yeah,
back,
they'll
they
probably-
could,
Deny.
Probably
Denying
as many
Cove.
fans.
deny Cove. There's a parade at Summer City.
Yeah, why do you
That
keep
was
saying that?
embarrassing. That
It was even
embarrassing.
funnier because he lost his voice.
Yeah.
Like,
If we can get that snippet, we
There's
got
a
to
We've got
parade
a
inside
full
my
clip for you.
city. Yeah,
He's a
he
parade
kept
at
doing
Summer
it.
City.
Denai's different, man.
Yeah, he's a different beast, man.
Oh, bless. So, MJ, who do you reckon's going through?
Well, I tipped City to win the whole thing, so that's who I'm backing. But I feel like Steve Corica, especially after that Western Sydney
The
game,
Ninkovic
Yeah.
deal. What
I'm
was
like,
going on?
maybe they could surprise everyone and just take a W. 'Cause
Yeah.
they looked far more impressive than I really thought to me, because I thought they were probably the better team. So yeah, I want City to win, but I honestly I have a feeling Sydney might
Might
take the
snatch
win.
it. I think, especially
crazy.
that second half against Wanderers, I was like, shit, Sydney are looking good. And then you're just not confident coming into this game with them versus City. But then the way they played, I don't know. I reckon they're going to beat City. It's going to be, I think, a more high scoring game. I think they're going to maybe win like 3-2 or something. I don't know.
For the fans, that'll be good.
Bit of excitement. My husband's going to watch, so hopefully he can see
Oh,
some goals.
sweet.
Bit of excitement. So yeah, I reckon Sydney are going to make the final.
Elite.
But moving on, I want to talk about the Adelaide versus Central Coast game.
God damn.
That was for me.
God damn.
That was impressive from a football perspective. Impressive. Central Coast were away this game. This was pretty much a repeat fixture of last season where Adelaide took the W. But it looks like we're seeing a Central Coast team that is no joke. But did you watch the game?
No.
Oh, what the hell? You've been watching all year.
I didn't watch that
He
game.
just decided
I
not
watched
to.
the highlights. I didn't watch
you were
the game.
out.
Oh
Probably.
no, yeah, you
Yeah,
had
he
It was busy.
you had stuff to do.
He was out and about in the city.
Nah, it was thing.
There was a parade.
There was like a charity thing.
Oh yeah.
Charity, huh?
Because you do charity every
Which
week,
charity?
or was it every month?
Every second Saturday.
Oh, okay.
Karani charity, yeah.
Sammy, what are your thoughts on the game, man?
Man, I think that is the hardest place to go and get a result in all of Australia. Packed stadium, completely full, best atmosphere in Australia by far. And Central Coast went in there and completely, start to finish, outplayed Adelaide. I think there was a little period in the second half where Adelaide looked like they were going to get back into the game, score. Iran Kunda had a couple half chances. But other than that, if you look at the game as a whole, if you're a Central Coast fan or if you're a Central Coast player, you would be completely proud of that performance.
Well done.
Dominated.
Yeah.
They created so many chances first half. If Cummings his finishing was better, if Tulio and Silvera had better finishing, they would
Question:
score.
Do you
Could've
think
been a couple
he should square that or just shoot himself?
Which one?
Silvera.
Yeah, I think it was
Well,
enough
I mean,
room
it's
to
an open
shoot.
goal.
And I think you just got to shoot yourself.
No, I mean for Cummings, it's an open goal.
Oh yeah, but I think
Like
he's
if he just does
expecting-
a regular finish and scores, we're never saying
he-
nothing
yeah,
about
But
Silvera.
he was put off by the defender as well.
I know, but he should never miss that.
But I think if you're a striker and you see your winger in that position, I'm expecting him to shoot. That's what I'm thinking.
I don't know. I think if you
lot of
Silvera's kind
time-
of game,
Yeah.
I felt like he was always going to set him, and he did. And the chance isn't hard. As much as the defender does come across, it's an easy chance. He just
That's
blocked
like
his
set
lines.
play.
Yeah.
Cut it back.
It was
finish.
nice
So
play.
I'm thinking he probably should score.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was an interesting game. I thought Silvera was
First half, he was electric.
It was
bro.
very electric.
He was cooking.
Yeah, he looked like he was a problem.
Javi Lopez.
I was also impressed with, and tell me your thoughts, and Kololo.
Yeah,
You know, for
he's
me,
had a good season.
He's had a good season. Somebody I didn't really know too much of before the season, but he looks like he's kind of starting to step up. How do we feel about the goal from James McGarry?
Oh my god!
Holy.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
But I mean, it sounded like you disagree.
It didn't look as pretty as when I first saw it.
Nah,
But
On
I'm not-
replay-
I'm not gonna lie. I kind of agree with you.
On
on that.
replay, every time I watched it back, I was like, it's not as good as I thought. You know, I take a bit away from
no,
it.
Because it's a little bit in the
Yeah,
inside.
it's not bins. It's
there
like
should've-
still.
it wasn't bins.
It's
And
still-
I think Gauchi's for both finishes, I think, is a bit sus for both
Exactly.
goals that went in.
Yeah.
But
Keeping a bit.
the first one, for a left back to step in like that,
Confidence.
first touch, in between the lines, step in, first touch, and bang.
He did nothing wrong.
Don't get me wrong, he's hit that, but the
Yeah.
goalkeeper.
Yeah, I feel like he thought it was going wider than it was.
Yeah.
Because why didn't he dive?
Yeah, just make a little bit.
If he dove and missed it, I think it would have looked better from
the Kepa.
him. But
did
just the
this.
fact that he just stood there and just
Yeah, he did.
that
He did the
it
Kepa.
makes it worse.
Well, MJ, you were saying before that he was off his line.
Yeah.
So like when you're off your line like that, I think he
harder to
already knew
judge.
he was beaten,
Yeah, and
but
he kinda dipped.
still, make some
The
attempt
finish
for
was
it. But
techie though.
Yeah.
yeah, it was a good finish.
One
Either way.
touch and finish like that. Oof.
Yeah, he looked like a
You gotta
cam.
give him props.
And the second goal as well. They cut Adelaide to shreds.
Yeah, but the finish for the
No, the
keeper
finish,
shot-
100%. The
Double
finish,
shooting again.
no,
far
the
out.
finish, yeah, but they
Strange.
cut them to
Lock
shreds.
your ankle, bro. Just that's all he had to do. Lock
Far
it.
out.
Strange
Yeah,
keeping.
very strange
Yeah.
keeping.
He's
But then he
literally-
made the phenomenal save on
Yeah.
That's
Cummings,
yeah.
the sweaty.
But yeah, it was interesting. What do we? Because Central Coast have got a couple stars.
They do.
Like Tulio,
Definitely.
Nisbet, who's
Cummings.
he was their player of the season.
Yeah.
How do we see these guys in the game? Were any of them impressive, or was it kind of like a team collective type performance?
I mean, the way Central Coast play, I feel like the way they play allows for Silvera, Cummings, and Tulio to do what they got to do in the final third. I don't think the midfielders are so. It's not so dependent on them being the creators or like doing a lot in terms of making things happen for the team. But I think they just keep things ticking. I think they win the ball back. They run. Ballard and Nisbet both run so much.
Yeah.
So they're just winning the ball back, and Nkololo as well. They're just winning the ball back. They're finding the better players in better positions.
Exactly.
And then that's how they create and score goals.
They're role players and they're doing it
perfectly.
perfectly.
And what do Adelaide need to do to get a result? Because this is looking tough. We saw Iran Kunde come on. It kind of looked like he got, they handled him. What needs to happen?
Well, Central Coast think they've got the Iran Kunda stopper because 2 weeks ago in the last game of the season, Farrell played left back and he marked Iran Kunda extremely well. And then did you guys see what happened? Iran Kunda comes on. They see him coming on.
Next minute.
They tell their Farrell on the bench to warm up.
Get ready.
Get it straight on. They come on same times just to mark him.
You know what that reminds me of? Herrera on Hazard.
Herrera and Hazard.
That far out. That game pissed me off so much.
But the thing is, they were interviewing Klopp like at the Adelaide 10 after he'd come off,
Yeah.
and they were saying to him like, "What do you think you can do to get back in the game?" And he was saying,
We
"Well,
need to score."
we just need to get the ball to Nestor's side."
Yeah.
Like, but in my head, I'm like, they're putting so much faith and emphasis on a 17-year-old kid to come off the bench and turn everything around for them.
Yeah,
when
in
it's
30
just how
minutes,
can that
It's
be the
hard.
case?
But it's also, you see the spark that he brings
Yeah,
when he
man.
comes on is
He
insane.
changed the
It's
game for
insane.
Adelaide. He was the big reason that they were able to turn the game around and get back into the game. They didn't score, and he did have a couple chances where he could have scored, but a lot of it is just completely down to him.
Yeah.
And it makes it easier for other teams. Because when they
100%.
know that you're not completely, but you're dependent.
Definitely.
Because I did think
very
Craig Goodwin
heavily.
had a decent game.
Second half, I think first half he was...
it was a bit
yeah,
out of it. But when you rely on one guy, a young kid by that
Like
man,
that.
to really
You
try
get the
and
Starboy
it's-
treatment.
It makes it easier.
Do they start him in the next game, or is he too electric coming off?
I
the
just
bench?
think he has to come on, but I think
Oh,
he has
yeah.
to come on at half time, something like that.
That's how I feel.
Depending on the score, I think if Adelaide get a goal early, I think that might change the way Central Coast play. I
Yeah.
think they might not play as fearless as they did in the away fixture because they're the home team now.
Yeah.
So I think if Adelaide can get a goal early, settle the game,
Changes
it's-
the game.
Yeah, it's level,
It's true.
and then you bring on Starboy,
Yeah,
60th minute.
the thing was, it was very strange. Like just everything about when he came on and the way that Adelaide just immediately just shift and start playing a lot better because he's on the field. It feels like it feels like almost even when you're watching the game, the game doesn't start until he comes on. Like that's how it feels.
I hear you.
Like for
I hear
Adelaide,
you.
their game doesn't start until he comes on.
Yeah.
But then if you're already behind, it's like you're
makes
chasing
it
a
so
game.
hard.
Yeah. It's
And-
very strange. I agree.
Yeah, like how can they start playing at 60 minutes?
But yeah, I don't know. It's a weird one. What are the score predictions for the second leg?
Far out, man. This is impossible to guess.
It's the A-League. Who?
Yeah.
6-4.
It's the best league in the world.
6-4.
Could be 6-4.
I think for me, I'm looking at Central Coast 2-0.
Really?
I
I
think they're
reckon
going to
they'll
be
put
too
them
good
out.
at home.
Yeah.
I'm just going to try and back Adelaide and say 2-1 Adelaide and then Adelaide to win on pens.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping
I
for.
see that as well. I think it could swing anyway.
2-1
I'd
sends
love the
them
game to
through.
go to pens.
No, they lost 2-1.
Yeah, but if they score 2,
It's the same.
2-1.
it's
Same.
Come on, man.
Long day
Okay.
at work today. Or?
I got the flu.
You're right,
man.
geezer.
Yeah.
Well, I did tip Adelaide to win the whole thing, so I have to back them. But it's just so hard that they lost that home fixture.
Yeah.
So
And they didn't look like they were going to win at all.
Just
Central
Central
Coast.
Coast were the way better team. So
Good to see Central Coast.
It
Yeah.
was 2-1, to be fair.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
them.
That's
For
good for
Adelaide, it's a good
Yeah,
thing it was only 2-1.
Could have been a lot
worse.
Could
Because
have been worse.
Quite easily could have been more. But it was good to see the Central Coast travelling fans.
You know what? I'm gonna say. Sorry to cut you off. I'm gonna say Adelaide are gonna win 1-0.
Amazing.
They're gonna slog. They're gonna score early and slog out a 1-0 win, and then they're gonna win in extra time. They're gonna score another in extra time.
Yeah, amazing.
Okay.
It's my wild prediction.
Jeez.
Yep.
I've been enjoying the A-League finals though.
Yeah.
Something about it, man.
Fantastic. I've been saying it the whole season.
Yeah,
I've been
that's
saying it.
Tell you
Nobody
what,
wanted
Bob.
to listen.
That Caltech take by Jack Cheeseman's not looking too bad.
Caltech, yeah, he's got claims.
Yeah, I don't
He's
think
got-
Haaland's
he literally
scoring,
has claims.
Haaland's not scoring 30 in the A-League. No,
if he's
effing
playing
way.
against Central Coast every week.
No way.
Defensive specialist.
Yeah,
Defensive specialist.
Caltech is good.
8.5 rating, man. That's crazy.
And it's going to be interesting to see who Adelaide start because Ibasuki went off and it looks like he would be out for the rest of the season with the
They
injury.
were saying how much they needed a
Yeah.
9 to really like.
And
But
and Blackwood, George Blackwood. I know we don't really hate on people that much in this podcast,
You're
but
allowed to, Ben.
he is completely, in my opinion, useless. He is so useless, man. He doesn't offer anything. He's back to goal. He's like a big striker, but back to goal, he has no first touch. He doesn't bring anyone into
Yeah.
play. He's not even like deadly off crosses.
You know what it is? He's one of them delicate big men.
Yeah, he is. But
Like,
usually
too
the
soft.
delicate
Giant,
big men
big
have like a good touch.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
he's
He
soft.
just don't have that.
Harden up, man. Blackwood, if you watch this shit, harden the hell up.
Yeah. Because we need something.
Do
we
for your
need something.
city.
Central Coast centre back pairing's not bad. Trantis
Oh, yeah.
is decent
Very
as
good.
well.
Trantis
Yeah.
and Caltech.
Yeah, that's
Physical.
That's certified.
Alrighty. I want to do something a bit fun now.
Come on now.
For you guys. Let's do a bit of a list, bit of just top 5. That's all we've got time for today.
Okay.
Top 5. I want you all to give me that your top 5 most improved or most surprising in the Prem. Sorry, we're moving over to the Prem. Top 5 most improved or most surprised players that surprised you the most this season. They could have been, terrible last season and they're good this season, or they've just improved a lot. They've surprised you. Top 5. I can give you a bit of time if you want, or we can just jump straight into it.
I'm good.
I'm
To
good.
go.
I'm ready.
All right. Well, let's go one by one. Bud, do you want to give me your number 5?
My number 5.
Oh, we're going 5. We're going 5.
5 straight away.
Like
Probably
5.
start
Oh,
at
so
one.
5 is in like
The worst of
the
the
worst
five.
of the 5.
Okay, yeah.
Alright,
So 5, 4, 3,
easy.
2, 1.
Before I do that, I'll give a honorable mention to.
Well, maybe not, because what if one of us have him?
Yeah.
I promise you, none of you have
Oh,
him.
okay. Sick then. That's
Yeah.
calm.
You sure?
Yeah.
All right.
To my boy Murray. None of you
Les.
have Murray, right?
The striker.
Les Murray or
Jamal.
Oh,
From
Murphy.
the Nuggets.
Yeah.
Murphy.
Jamal Murphy.
Jacob
Jamal
Murphy. Guys, it's Jacob Murphy.
It's Jamal Murphy.
For a sec, I was like,
I was
who
like,
the hell
who's
is
he
this guy?
talking
Oh,
about?
Man, after he's
That's
watched the
actually
pod,
really good, yeah.
after that episode, he's turned up. You can tell he's a subscriber.
That is
And he
really
comments, and he shares, and he does all that shit. So why the hell you guys not doing that shit?
Tell him, man.
Facts.
But yeah, back to it. My number 5 is Christian Eriksen. I think going from dead man to a starter in Manchester United is unspeakable. Literally unspeakable, because he was dead last year. Or deceased, whatever. You can say dead on TikTok, can't you? You can.
You go to the mosque, man.
What for? I did my praise for him. He's alive.
I like what you're saying. I would have worded it differently, but I
hear you.
like what you're saying. I do hear you.
Yeah.
MJ, number 5.
For me, number 5 has to be Callum Wilson. Or he's in the top 5. You can argue he should be whatever. I don't
Great.
care. He's
Great
5 for
shout.
me. 17 goals this season. He's 28 apps. He doesn't start in every game either. This guy's a machine. Whatever they need him for, he does. He scores penalties. His work rate's super high. He's been very important for Newcastle. When they need to change shape to a 2 up front, he's done it. As a single 9, he's done it. Off the bench, he's done it. He's done everything. And I think, yes, people haven't said this guy's whack because he has had his injury problems, but I think this season has really shown that he's not finished yet in the Prem. He can score goals. He can do everything. So, yeah, Callum Wilson, shout out to you, man.
Love that. I think what we were talking about the other week about Eddie Howe making players that may not be, considered amazing players into incredible players who, Callum Wilson has been this season. Riley?
For my number 5, I went for a guy he's been injured for a bit of this season, but I think the impact that he had when he was fit was pretty insane, which is William Saliba. I don't like to give Arsenal a lot of love, but I have to admit this year they have been quite impressive. And when he was in that defence, it was scary. They were winning so many games. No one was really scoring past them. That I think without him, you saw how much of a loss it was. That it just shows how good he actually was. And I think he had a great season if he can keep it up. Being at that age, it could be something scary for the future.
Nice.
For me, that was a nice shout. For me, my number 5, but before I give my 5, it's weird to think how long this season's been, because if you think pre-World Cup, how many players were so good pre-World Cup,
and then
it dropped. So I feel like, I just wanted to say that before I did my list. My number 5 is McAllister. I think I could have gone with Caicedo, but I thought I saw some of him last year, which made me think that he was going to be the player that he is. But for me, McAllister has just completely become a player that could be very useful for a top 4 side in the Premier League. 1, his performance in the World Cup, and then 2, how good he's been with Brighton this year. He's shown that he can play 6, 8 and 10. He's shown that he can score. He's shown that he can create. And for a Brighton side who has completely overachieved, I think he's been one of the biggest reasons.
Yeah. Solid.
Hang on, what are we doing if we had the same player but just higher on the list?
Just when it comes to
You can
that,
just
just
say
say,
it.
yeah.
Because
yeah.
I also had McAllister, but I had him way higher.
Okay.
Okay.
Am I just saying that or?
What?
No, it's all good. Okay.
Good shouts all around. Shall we, number 4? Sam, do you want to go again?
Yeah, I can go
Come
again.
back around.
My number 4 is someone who I always knew could be the player that he's showing that he is right now, and still has the potential to go even further, and that's Olise from Crystal Palace.
Ah, cool.
He's the first ever Crystal Palace player to record 10 assists in a season.
That's crazy.
And I think just in terms of, if you really, really watch football, you can tell that he's a fantastic player, and you can tell his impact in the side. You don't have to look at him scoring only 2 goals this season, but you can look at the way that he's been playing and how much he creates and how good he is as a footballer. There's no wonder why teams like PSG are trying to sign him, because he's fantastic.
Huge reason for why Eze is playing so well as well.
I agree.
Yep.
I completely agree.
Yeah, that's a good shout.
Yeah, ball, man.
Thank you, man.
For my number 4 shout, actually, I've got Joelinton. I think as someone who's come from being a striker to now a midfielder, but this is his first season as a proper midfielder, and he's now brought his team to a top 4 finish, I think is incredible
Champions
for him.
League.
Champions League football with him, Bruno and Longstaff or Wilson. It's crazy to think when you say those names, but he's proved himself as a starter week in, week out. And I think he's actually been pretty important for their team defensively and attackingly. So
Great. We're doing so well so far.
Yeah, no how.
Killing it.
I feel like it's hard to have a hat.
Yeah. Just kidding. MJ?
For me, my number 4, I'm just going to switch placings. Just choosing Saliba, who's been said. I think if you looked at before the World Cup, this guy was in the debate for top 3 players, top 5 players in the league. Since then, he's had troubles with injuries, playing consistently. But I think from an Arsenal perspective, we didn't expect him to be that good and that dominant. And he was unreal. And if he was able to just play a little bit longer, he would have been higher on my list. But I think if you're making top 5, it's really hard to debate between the kind of placings. But that's me.
Yeah. I did a switch as well. My number 4 is Callum Wilson. I think MJ said everything I had to say about him. Age 31, to score more goals than you did the season before and play better, and play with a 2 up front is something that I think he's done well at. Playing next to another striker that was bought to replace you just shows that, this guy still got it. He was meant to just be the bench striker, and he's showing he still got it. Scoring 20 goals is...
I think...
Sorry, not 20.
17
goals.
And I think with Wilson, he's shown... I think it's just clear now that if he's healthy, he will score.
Yeah.
That's his track record. He's always been plagued with injuries, but I think now if you look at him, especially under his dad Eddie Howe,
under Pops,
if he plays, he'll score.
And like MJ said, he doesn't have to start.
Yeah.
He still
makes a huge impact.
100%.
Impact.
Yeah.
What, number 3? We can just keep going.
Yeah. Number 3, I've gone with Jack Grealish. I think if you take away his assists, if you don't count assists or whatever you want to say, like goals and assists, this guy's playing like Aston Villa days. He's got that confidence back. City are able to utilize him well. Now he's starting games, winning games for City. He's just got, you can just see the confidence in him back. The way he's just able to just take on players like he used to before. I think what City have realized is they've tried to limit him on taking his touches in the final third, but he's just obviously ignored that and he's just played his game. I think they've come to accept that he's just going to do that in the final third. And to just let someone like that just do what he wants, you can tell that he has the backing of his teammates and the coach now. So I think that's what's giving him the confidence boost.
It's crazy because we all, on the final whistle last year, were just absolute. Yeah. He's a flop. He's overrated, overpaid, and he's really proved himself this season. He's been so important for City in so many games. That's a great shout. Yeah,
and in such a dominant side, he's probably one of the top 2 first names on the starting lineup this season. He's been exceptional. I think he's been, I'm very, very impressed with how he's been in Champions League, in the Premier League, decisive moments, his decision making. He's just so business savvy.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's where Guardiola has recognized that's his game. He can win you fouls higher up the field and then, get the team higher up. The way he holds the ball, the way he gets players into the game, the way he attracts attention as well from the opposition. He's just incredible this year. And I've been impressive.
I think he's a mentality monster as well. I don't think he had a bad run, but I don't think it ever looked like it affected him in a negative way in what he was like outside of football. I think he's still been the same guy. He's always been confident in himself. I think that's what has helped him just turn it around.
Great shout. MJ?
For me, my number 3 has to be Rashford. I think, this guy, he had a disappointing season last year. He scored 4 goals, 2 assists, and we all talk about stats, but even just performance, he didn't look like the same guy. Either. He struggled with a bit of injury, but this year, the confidence, we've seen glimpses of it. So it's not a surprise that he's kind of doing the things that he's doing. It's just the rate he was doing at. And yes, he's had a bit of a dip, but I think his level has just been incredible. And he's probably one of the big reasons why, and probably shout out to Martinez as well, why United's had quite a decent run this year. Given the start that they had. But he's just been phenomenal. Shout out Radford.
For my number 3 pick, I had to give some more love to Arsenal, unfortunately. And I've picked a guy who used to wear the armband. He has been booed at his own stadium, thrown the armband on the ground. He's said that he doesn't want to play for the club. But the transformation this guy's had to come around and be one of a pivotal player in Arteta's system, and now he's just killing it. He's more involved tackingly, defensively. He's even kept his head, surprisingly. I think Xhaka has really changed his game around and is looking like a top midfielder in the Premier League this season.
Yeah, I think Xhaka's been great. I think that's a very good shout.
Well done.
I'm just going to move mine around and say Grealish because I had Grealish on my list because I thought there was a point last season where to me, it looked like he was never, ever going to be the player that he could be. And what he's playing as now, I never, ever like thought that he would get to that. I thought he would be just in and out of the side. I thought Foden would just take that position and they would just run with it, and Grealish would just be there. So I think his ability to combine, especially with Gundogan and whichever midfielder plays on that side closely with him, and he's, like you said, his ability to win fouls in the final third and relieve so much pressure and now create for Haaland. He's definitely, he's the guy for me. And I had him high up, but the guy I had actually there, so I'll do my number 2. Is this number 2 now?
Yeah.
Romeo Lavia. I think for me, from the first game of this season when Southampton played Spurs, in the very first game, I was thinking, who is this guy? Like, he is so techie. On the ball, he didn't look like anybody could get near him. He didn't look stressed ever. He was... When they were playing out from the back, he was so calm, confident, and that was pre-World Cup. And then since after the World Cup, he's kept his same performances and he's been very good. And now that Southampton have been relegated, I think a lot of big teams are just going to be trying to sign him. And I know that City have a 50 million buyback.
Yeah.
You think they're going to let him go?
They won't.
I don't know if they'll... I feel like they could just easily just sign him just cause.
Yeah.
Next
I
season.
mean, Southampton, do you think they'll
I
let go
think
of
they
him?
will. They have to. Yeah, I think they have
won't
to.
stay.
I think if you can get that much money for a player when you're going into the championship, so you can strengthen the rest of your team to get back up, I think they have to.
Yeah.
That's true.
But yeah, Lavia, phenomenal.
Yeah, that's a great shout.
Big shout.
My shout for number 2 has already been said by a couple of people, but Jack Grealish. I think that transformation he's had, he's justifying that price tag now, and he's representing that number 10 jersey well. He's playing exceptional football, and look, you can't really hate on the guy at the moment. He's doing everything you can ask for. He's just been one of the guys.
I think the craziest part is seeing that Grealish was rested this weekend for the big Champions League game, and to me, they
sturdy.
rested De Bruyne and they rested Grealish, and to me, that's incredible.
Taking the piss.
Yeah, that's just from where things were to how they are now.
Yeah,
Crucially,
Yeah.
But it's good to see the Jack Grealish of old for sure.
This is 2?
Yeah.
My second was Xhaka. So
nice.
should we just go to number 1?
Run to your number
Let's
1,
do
baby.
it.
Let's see.
My number 1.
Here we go.
This is probably controversial, but I mean,
We waited to number 1.
I was gonna say
the
F
camera.
it, but F it. This has been my main striker all year.
Oh, here we
I've been saying his name right. People just think it's wrong. F you guys too. My number 1 most improved player is Ivan Toney. Now, we can talk about his goals.
Yeah, it's
12.
He's killed it this year.
12 last year
Yeah.
with 5 assists. Now he's at 20 with 4 assists.
Phenomenal.
Big jump.
Big
But
jump.
the biggest jump, I think, is taking Brentford into a potentially a European contingent spot. I think they're 3 points behind their Conference League spot, with only, I think it's Tottenham that can move out. And so if all goes well, Tottenham lose 1 game and they win, they're
is
right in
guaranteed.
there.
Tottenham and Villa.
Tottenham, Villa, and them
They're 4 points though,
4 points with 2
so
games.
they need them to both drop in both games,
Yeah,
which is possible.
Which is possible.
Definitely
Yeah.
possible with Tottenham at the moment.
And I think now every game that I see Brentford, you just go click Brentford, you see he scored or assisted or done something.
Yep.
He's influenced the game more in not just like his goals anymore. It's his link-up play. He's become better. He's upped everything. I think one thing that I'm really impressed with is most English strikers struggle to better their next season, bar like Kane, of course. But as of late, like some of them have just they've had a good year, been talked about highly, and
They
then
don't settle.
the next season it's just they're back to low numbers. We've seen it with Tammy, DCL. What's his name?
Ings.
Ings is a big one.
He's having a stinker.
That's what I mean. But him to back it up and do better is a great sign for a player like him and for Brentford and for England. I think Kane just needs to step aside now. You know,
Don't think
pass the
so.
torch over to
Based on
Tooney.
this season, I don't think so.
Pass the torch over to Tooney, baby. It's
Give him maybe a
Tooney
year or
season.
two. That's a good
No,
shout.
that's great.
But
I
yeah,
like that. I like it.
No,
Yeah.
number 1's pretty high, but that's a good shout.
Yeah.
hey man,
I hear it.
it is what it is.
Put it better on yourself like Tooney.
That's it. Me and Tooney have one thing in common, and I can't say it on live.
Okay.
All right.
Jay.
For my number one, I feel like it has to be between the top two teams. Some players that I thought of: Akanji, Nathan Ake, Haaland. I think is too much of a no-brainer, but I'm going to give it to Granit Xhaka because, from an Arsenal perspective, this guy was on the brink of collapsing the whole club. Like, fans were sick and tired of the club. They were sick and tired of him. Fans were thinking about not watching football, not watching games. And this guy's gone from easily, like clearly the most hated player, a red card merchant, a cost you games merchant, to being a guy we trusted, to being a huge part of why we were so good this season. I got to give this guy his flowers. He was excellent this year. I don't think he even got a red card.
I can't remember him.
No red cards.
It's because they kept him higher up the field.
Yeah.
That's why.
That position will change.
I actually think so.
They kept him out of jail.
Yeah, I think so.
The coach was like, "Look, no,
A healthy
behind
party.
this line, don't cross this line. Stay there."
They put just cones for him.
Nah, he was
a healthy party. Look what he can do.
Yeah. So he was very good, exceptional this season compared to what he's been. We saw some leadership. We saw just the right Xhaka, and I think, like as Wenger said, you play this guy as more of a box to box. This is what you're gonna get, and he was extremely impressive this year. Yes, he had his moments where he was a bit, but overall, compared to what he was, I got to give it to this guy.
Huge improvement.
Yeah.
Love that.
For my number one, again, it's already been said, but it's McAllister. I think we just need to give this guy his flowers. He's coming home a World Cup winner. He's pretty much guaranteed himself a move. He's dragged Brighton to be in the top 6, which I think is something that's not talked about enough. And he's been such a pivotal role in that with the armband, just leading that team. It's been insane to watch. I don't really know what else we can say. That's,
he's been.
He's just done it all.
You don't think Welbeck's dragged that team?
Shut up about
That's crazy, bro.
That's the thing. Even with him
Ferguson's
playing up
crazy.
there, scoring nothing.
Ferguson's much better.
still
Nah,
up
no
there.
way, man.
Brighton got a couple guys who've been
Wait, that
excellent.
keeper
They got a
is
couple?
sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His distribution.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
What do you mean, man? He
So
nearly
composed.
Yeah.
He messes up.
Passes.
He messed up against us. We didn't, but he's so composed.
And then new centre back, the number 6 dude, that's next to Dunk now. What's his name? He's
They're both good on the ball.
he's 30 now, man.
Colwell's he's from Chelsea Academy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He's a loan.
Did not
He's
know
on
that.
loan.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah, but that keeper is crazy.
He's
Why do you think
he's
they
Jack
dominated
Steele,
us
isn't
60% possession at home?
he? He's used to play for Sunderland, wasn't it?
Oh, okay.
He's on the Sunderland All or
documentary.
Nothing or whatever it is.
Chelsea
The keeper.
crazy.
Yeah, Jack Steele.
Who?
Jack Steele.
Oh.
Pretty sure.
Oh, okay. No, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, my number one, someone that I've always thought
Van
is
Dijk.
a good player, but I never ever given him this sort of praise. So for me, my number one's Gabriel Magalhaes, and I think if you look at centre backs in the Premier League this season. If you look at centre backs in the Premier League this season, he's number one. I do not think there's been a better centre back in the Premier League this season.
You okay, bud?
Talk your shit.
Because
Yes, sir.
if
Praise
you
God.
look at what he's able to do as a centre back,
guy's
I
giving
think
a heart
he
attack.
by far has the highest skill set of any centre back in the Premier League.
I'll take
I
it.
think defensively, he's so good. Yes, he's a bit rash, but he's only 25 years old. And
What do you mean
I
only?
think. Right, he's only 25. Centre backs play till they're 34. He's only 25.
So when do you want him to gain this unrash ability thing you're talking about?
What do you mean? A lot of good centre backs have that in them. A lot of good centre backs have that.
Yeah,
he's
not
just
to
going
his
to
extent.
just the more mature.
Not to his extent.
What do you mean to his extent?
Your goat
Can you
is the
even
most rash defender.
can you even think
Literally.
of? Can you literally last year said that Rudiger is one of the best centre backs in the world.
Yeah.
and Rudiger is one of the most rash defenders I've
Doesn't
ever
give away
seen in my
penalties.
life.
Doesn't cost his team games like Gabriel.
What games has Gabriel cost Arsenal?
I'll
just
combat
tell
your
me-
list.
just tell me right
'Cause
now.
You literally gave me a heart attack.
Or
Because
just
I
tell
did
me-
not think you were gonna put him
Just
one.
tell me right
or
now.
Let alone in your list of
I
5
had Grealish one, but just tell me right now.
of what?
What he cost Arsenal?
All right, give me 1 second.
Why do you need to give you 1
'Cause I
second?
wasn't thinking
If you're
about
just
it.
saying that he does,
But
then you
I'm-
should know.
he
Because he
has.
doesn't. He's been fantastic
He has.
this season.
This is crazy, Sammy.
And
I'm ready for
one,
this argument.
for Arsenal to be able to play with the defensive impact that a player has to have for Arsenal to be able to play with the inverted left back, and how good he has to be solid, how solid he has to
1v1
be
defending.
defensively, and how often he's left one-on-one with the opposition's winger, the right winger, which is one of the most difficult positions to mark in the world, and he's left with that task a lot.
Did you see this couple?
No, I didn't. But I'll take it, man. This guy's a goat.
No, well
He's
done.
very, very good.
You did well. You got on MJ's good side, so he's not going to argue with you.
I don't need to get on
What do you mean?
MJ's
I
good
argued
side.
last week.
And Riley's scared over here because last week he was talking about Burner Boy, so it's just me versus you again.
He doesn't want to say his
Yeah,
name.
he doesn't want to say anything.
Man, Gabriel is fantastic.
Gabriel-
Fantastic at what?
What do you mean? He's fantastic at defending. His 1v1 defending is incredible. Any ball that comes into the box, he wins. He's so good. He's so commanding when
He's
he
a
plays
highly
centre back.
emotional football player. That's not
There
good.
are a lot of good, highly emotional football
Okay,
players.
yeah.
Carlos Puyol is one of the best centre backs of all time, and he's incredibly emotional.
Ramos.
Passionate.
Ramos,
there's
incredibly
difference.
passionate and emotional.
Different.
Is it when
Pepe.
He's not on, he's
One
not
of
on
the
Ramos
best.
level or Puyol's level. No
I
way.
didn't say he's
They
that
will
level.
never get to that level.
I didn't
either.
say he's
It's
that
just
Yeah, but
level.
I'm saying when you get to that level, you can do
But
what you
you're
want.
talking about his
They're
attributes and traits. You're talking about traits of a player that can't make a player
This guy
good.
is.
You're saying that he has
That is-
traits that can't
Now,
make him good, but
we're
I'm saying
beefing
those
again.
traits are in
So
You
great.
know
What
what?
are you
Our
saying?
friendship
What are you
was
saying?
good up until today.
What are you saying
What?
about Gabriel?
I don't rate him as high as people say.
Where do you rate him?
In terms of what? Like, is he?
So in the Premier League, let's say there's like the elite, the top, the best of
So
the
for
best.
you,
centre backs.
who's
Top,
been
is he in there?
Who's a better centre
where
back?
is
who's been the best
I
centre
think
backs
he'd
for you
be
this season?
Second
He'd be
tier.
second to second tier.
So
So
who's been the best centre backs for you this season in the Premier League?
Martinez for Manchester
Highly
United.
emotional, highly rash.
Six goals, Martinez.
Yeah.
You guys gonna let me Thiago
He's
Silva.
been good. I'm not going to cap, but
I think Martinez has been good, but he hasn't been better than Gabriel.
Thiago Silva.
Thiago Silva has been
Botman.
good, but he's been injured for half the season.
Botman.
Botman, good, but I just know you're not.
Who else?
He's
We're
not
just
better than
naming
Gabriel. You're just
straight
naming to
Saliba.
name.
Botman's
Saliba's
not a
been
better
better.
defender than Gabriel.
Saliba hasn't
And
been
Saliba
better.
not just
hasn't
saying
been better
just
than
defensively
Gabriel.
though, but it's
They
all-
literally
it's
play
all
on the same
together.
team,
Better
and you can.
distribution, I'll give you that.
No, but not just distribution.
even
I'm saying
Gabriel's
overall
distribution
centre backs.
is-
Gabriel's distribution
I'm
is
not,
very
but
good.
I
Saliba's
literally
is
never
better,
said
but Gabriel's
distribution.
is good.
I never said distribution. Why you guys talk about distribution?
Well, why is Botman better then?
I'm saying overall this year.
He's
Why?
a better defender.
Why is Botman
he's a
better?
Better centre back.
He's a better
Botman is
defender.
not
No, it's a better centre back to me. He's
I
better.
know what Bud does. He only rates white ballers.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
It don't
I
make
only
sense.
rate
It
white
doesn't make
ballers.
Thiago
sense.
Silva's
Why-
literally from the
why-
same country
I
and
get
same colour.
The
What are you
things
talking
that
about?
the things
What
that
the
you
hell-
just
what the hell
said,
is this guy
the
talking
things
about?
that you just gave Gabriel, you're discrediting him for. Lissandro Martinez does the exact. He's rash.
He's
He's
more rash.
highly emotional.
Yeah, it's
He's
worse.
more rash. He's more emotional.
I trust him at the back over.
Why?
over
They've
Gabriel.
conceded more
in a
goals.
big game. In a big game, I trust
When
him.
have we conceded 6?
Never ever.
So how, just based on the argument, I don't know what you want to
But
do.
it's not just-
Lissandro,
it's
okay.
six. You're saying six like
Lissandro's
all of
playing
them were
next.
his fault, though.
Lissandro
No, but he
Martinez.
plays
It's the back line.
Lissandro
If you're
Martinez-
gonna
centre back in that game.
If you're going to say back line, obviously you're going to have to say Arsenal's back line's better as a whole. But I'm
Lissandro
saying
Martinez is
comparing
playing
centre
next
back
to
centre back.
a very, very elite centre back in Varane,
don't cap.
who's
Do
been.
not cap
What do you
now.
mean? He's
Varane's not very
experienced.
elite. No,
He's played,
no.
won 4
Say
Champions
experience,
Leagues. He's experienced.
but his decline has been crazy.
Gabriel-
Don't chat.
Ask
Don't
any
chat.
Man
No,
United
don't
fan.
say
They
that.
think Varane's been great this year.
No, don't say that.
Ask any Man United fan.
Everyone knows Varane. This is not the same Varane that left.
Of course it is.
No, it's not. It's
Of
nowhere
course
near.
it's
not. It's
You
not
think-
the same.
You
It's
think
not
so?
the
It's
real
the same
Varane.
Varane?
As it, like his prime.
Yeah.
It's not the exact same, but
No,
it's
no.
not. The drop off has
the
been
drop-off
crazy.
has been
Varane's last
It hasn't
season
been
at
crazy.
Varane's last season at Madrid. He's been better this year than his last season at Madrid. So if you want to talk about
He's
football,
definitely not his best, but
to
the
people
drop
who
off
actually
is like
watch
night
football.
and
Drop-off is
day.
crazy. The drop-off is crazy for Varane.
no,
I think it's just
It's-
because he's been injured.
it's not.
It's not the injuries.
The drop-off isn't
he's not
crazy. If you
playing
watch him this
injured.
season, he's
I'm saying
been
he's
very
playing.
good.
He's been terrible.
No,
But
he
it's not
hasn't.
about Varane. It's about that other freak.
Alright,
Yeah.
Who else is better than
Who else is
Gabriel?
better?
We're not going to do this. I'm just
course
saying.
we should.
We should
We're
do
not
it.
going to go through and
Because
just
if you're going to
list
claim
players.
that
I'm
one
just
player
saying-
is not a good centre back,
He's not
to
top
me,
tier.
and I said this
That's
last
crazy.
week. I said this last week. All I said about Thing was exactly what I said about Gabriel last week. He literally went to Turkey to change his identity because he knows he's been that shit.
Here we go. So we're just saying fake stuff.
No, if you want me to, if you want to,
Say
I want
Casemiro-
you. If
say
you want
one
to,
time I want you to just
job
talk
and
about
he's got
football.
best
if you want to hear me talk
result,
about
right?
Gabriel and how much
One
I
time
don't
just
rate
talk
him,
about football.
Go last episode and watch that shit again. I'm not repeating
Just one
it.
time talk about football.
I'm not going to repeat it.
If you just talk about football
But you're
once,
asking me stuff I said last week. Go watch it.
one time
Gabriel's
just talk
elite.
about
He's
football.
elite.
He's not elite.
In the
He is.
He's not elite.
He's one of the elite centre-backs.
He's very. You don't know what you're gonna get with him. You just gotta
No,
roll
you
the
do
dice.
because
you
you,
know
you,
what
got,
you're gonna
you do know what you're
You
going to
gotta
get
roll
from
the
him.
dice.
You completely do. If you can be consistent for a whole year, obviously you know what you're going to get from him.
Okay, yeah.
Last season,
4.8 rating. What centre back?
I mean, it's not like it was
elite
awful
gets a
last season.
4.8 rating.
Lissandro Martinez against Liverpool.
4.8.
Yeah, he got lower than that when
No,
they
he
lost
didn't.
7-0.
I'll do fact check.
Okay, while you fact check, on more exciting news, guys,
This is crazy.
are you done?
Yep.
It is time for How the Hell Did I Get Here?
How the hell
Woo, let's
did I get here?
Let's
Mitch played
get
the
the
theme song.
whiteboards. I am so excited.
All right, we'll continue this after.
I'm just going to ask you guys the questions
We'll
today.
continue this after.
And you, while Bud fact checks, get your whiteboards ready. Oh, I'm so excited for
Man,
this.
Gabrielle, that's crazy.
All right, first question. Are we ready?
Yo.
Of course.
Starting with the hard-hitting questions. Who has had the most disappointing career of all time?
Of all time.
Oh my
all time.
God.
I'll give you about 10 seconds.
Is this NRL or
15.
football?
You choose. No, I'm kidding. Not
Because if you put
NRL.
Pain Plane, I swear.
Ben Barber.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
so true. Good shout.
Oh, that's wow. They have something in common as well.
This week.
No, let's not talk about jail.
Hey,
anymore.
come on, man. It's football.
Football only.
Oh, this is actually very tough.
It is a tough
Most
one.
disappointing career.
Disappointing career of all time. Wow, that's great. That's a great thing.
Who asked that question? Because that's excellent.
Disappointing, damn.
Yeah, because some players, people are going to say they can be disappointing because they could have reached more.
Way more.
But what they've done is
still
incredible.
good.
Still like better.
But
than
I
most.
think I'm going to go down that route.
That's what because I can't think of anyone who was like.
I just need my phone for a bit.
I'll give you guys a little while. This is a hard question.
Wow, that's all he's won. Oof. That's a good shout for me. That's ball knowledge.
That's W ball knowledge.
Okay, yeah, that's one for me.
Who do you have, Sammy?
I'm not going to tell you.
Sammy, Jane, Randy. Who do you have? Just tell me.
No, it wasn't me. Or someone else.
I need time.
Oh, Jesus.
I know who Mike's going to do.
Nah, if we're thinking
name.
the same, I was, but I'm like, nah, I think this guy. For more positive reasons than actually him being like a bad player or underwhelming.
Yeah,
I don't know. We might go one by one for this one.
yeah, I think so.
Yeah, Bud, are you ready? Do you want me to give you some time?
Yeah, start that side.
All right, Samuel,
All right, I'm going to start this off and
most
let's start the
disappointing.
hate off because I'm going to say the most disappointing player for me ever, Ricardo Kaká. Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
This is my reasoning.
Okay.
Up until about 26 years old, he had been phenomenal. One of the best players in the world, won a Ballon d'Or, amazing for Brazil.
World Cup
But-
winner.
If we look at when he signed for Real Madrid, a record fee, he was only 27 years old. And if you're looking at players now who are playing to 34, 35, phenomenal. 27, at Madrid, he was never, ever, ever the player that he was at AC. And so for me, from 27 years old, when you're meant to enter your prime, Ballon d'Or winner, how good Kaká was at AC, he never, ever reached near that level at Madrid. For me, that's the most disappointing because he was a player who could have gone on to win another Ballon d'Or, could have gone on to win definitely another World Cup with Brazil. Because if you look at Brazil in 2010 and you look at Brazil in years like that where he just wasn't the player that he once was, if he was that player, they could have won a lot more and Madrid could have won a lot more and he could have had if we could be looking at his career as one of the best midfielders ever. So for me, yeah, Kaká.
Nice shout.
Interesting. I've gone down a different route. I've gone someone who's never reached the heights that he was lived up for, Jack Rodwell.
This guy watched Sunderland turn out yesterday.
Yeah. I'm just rewatching it at the moment. But no, I think he's someone that could have actually been someone great. Was prospected to be a really good midfielder and is now 32 playing centre back at You're saying stinker?
Wait,
What's stinker about?
32 playing where?
That's a stinker?
Playing where?
Are you saying that's actually
No,
Sydney FC?
So you're hating on A-League now?
No.
That's
From going for what you call
bleeping boring.
Did you just say how
It would
good
only
it
be-
was just before his
It's disappointing.
Crazy.
He reached the bloody peak of his
dead.
life signing for City.
Mate, how's it disappointing?
I'm dead.
He was on 100 G's at Sunderland. Cuz that's not disappointing. I wouldn't be disappointed.
Man, that's boring as hell.
Oh, man, no. It's my opinion.
Jack Rodwell.
That's why we're on this. We all have our own opinions. That's
He even
fine.
said,
Fair call, man.
What did I even say? Come on, bud. Say it. Just one line to the camera.
That
I'm
is
good,
crazy.
bro. I'm good. It's not a lie, but I'll just,
Yeah.
I'll comment it this time.
Oh, man. Yeah, okay, cool.
I see what you mean, but there's definitely, I think, more disappointing.
Where do you think he was top 3 Ballon d'Or?
No, but I think from Everton days, he could have been a lot better than what he turned out to be, for sure.
Everton.
Yeah.
So you think he should have been better at Everton? You should have taken him to the league?
He should
No, when he was at Everton, he could have been better.
Yeah, taking him top 4.
It could have taken him to higher things, but then he just never reached that.
That's
You know?
freaking. You know you use Google for
So-
that one.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
saying it's a
freaking
disappointment.
boring as hell.
He should have gone to Madrid, man.
Yeah, he should have gone, yeah. He
Or
Crazy.
Barca.
would have been part of Galacticos.
PSG.
Jack Rodwell didn't reach his peak. Bro, Riley thinks he should have been playing for Prime Barca.
Yeah.
All right, so
MJ?
Sergio Rod-
MJ, we're about to be. I'm about to be angry at you, mate.
Wait,
I know.
Busquets.
I'm nervous when he wrote this down.
MJ, I'm about
Lucky
to
you got
fight
2 people in between you.
Look, I'm going down a similar route as Samuel in terms of this guy was a generational talent, still is, incredible player. The disappointment is not as him as a player, but what happened to his career. Plagued by extreme injuries, which probably robbed him of a World Cup or World Cups. He played at a time where there was Messi and Ronaldo. If they weren't there, this guy would have been a multiple Ballon d'Or winner. So I think when you look at this guy and you look at his career,
Yeah.
probably one of the best talents since you're looking at Dino, Messi, R9, like Zidane, that generation. It's a robbery he doesn't have a Ballon d'Or or a World Cup, because I think that's, when you look at this guy and the talent he has, that's the career he should have had.
Yeah.
He should have had a World Cup. He should have had a Ballon d'Or, and it's disappointing because he had to play next to the 2 GOAT category players and the injuries he had.
Yeah.
So it's a shame.
It's frustrating.
So this
Yeah,
is nothing to do with him
because
as a player.
I know I want to fight it, but I just
But
feel like
it sucks.
Remembering how he was at Santos and seeing when early days at
It's a
Barca,
chosen
you were
one.
thinking this guy is number 1. Yeah, chosen one.
Ballon d'Or winner, guaranteed. World Cup winner, guaranteed.
And I know for young Brazilians,
Sucks.
since probably Ronaldinho, it's been hard for them to live up to that chosen. But you just felt like he was the guy to do it.
And I would have put money back then that we would see this guy winning a Ballon d'Or,
Oh,
winning a World
100%.
Cup,
I'd put my house on it,
multiple
man.
Champions Leagues. And it just sucks that he just, and disappointing from what he's had to deal with in terms of injuries and just the times he's played at, that he hasn't kind of reached that level.
Yeah, you'd have been bankrupt by now if you put money on that. I'll tell you that much for free.
But
My
Most disappointing.
most
career.
disappointing.
You're gonna
I've got 2. I've got one current that's going down that road right now. He's going on that road fast. He's doing 180 on that road. I'll say him first. Vigilant, VVD Van Dijk.
I don't even want to get into
And
this.
you're seeing this live. So in 5 years, come talk to me about this one. But that's not the one I'm saying today.
Who's your real answer?
That's the one I'm saying in 5 years' time, you're going to message me, you'll be like, you were onto something.
Champions League winner, Premier League winner. Oh, okay.
Kaká won everything as well.
Won everything.
So-
Yeah, but Kaká was destined for more. Van Dijk's
You
already 30.
guys literally
Van Dijk's
jumped on
already
this
30,
guy.
mate.
You guys jumped on this guy and were like, oh, best defender in the world. Oh my God, so good.
He was.
He's twerking and shit now. What does that mean?
Why do you keep saying that? That was never him.
Bro, I'm just saying, you'd never catch Vidic, Rio, John
Yeah,
Terry
you don't
twerking.
remember
No way.
what Torres?
man.
You don't
No
remember
way.
what Torres
They
did to
ain't moving
Vidic?
like that.
No way. They'd never twerk.
Okay,
But-
what's your real answer?
My real answer is, and this is literally part of the title of how the hell did I get there. I reckon he says this right now to himself as well. James Rodriguez.
Oh, nice.
This guy, we saw what he did in the World Cup. We saw the potential. We saw this guy going to Real Madrid, big money move. He had, I think it was the second most attended shirt signing or whatever since Ronaldo. We saw what happened. He went to Madrid, played one season, bench, then never again. Went to Everton, played 2 good games. Remember at the start we were like, man, this guy's back. He is back.
Yuck.
Bench.
Never seen him
Now,
again.
now he's saying, how the hell did I get here? Because you know where he is? He went to Qatar, and you know that he's not playing anymore. He's not playing football.
Yeah, I thought
I
he was.
don't know.
He doesn't have a club.
team. Yeah, he's without a team.
Yeah.
Clubless. Jeez.
Nothing. And he's and production. What's his age?
34.
Nah, no way. He's not.
He's not that.
He's 32.
Nah, he's 31, 32,
Really?
James Rodriguez.
which is a
You guys
biggest
need to just-
I
liar.
have no idea how old he
He's
is.
31.
31.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's no age to be disappearing at.
Yep, I agree.
No
Great
age.
shout. I
There's
like
no
that.
excuse for this, and it's not. Coaches did him dirty. It's solely on him.
I think I also
Solely.
think though he was at a time where number 10s were just being run out of football.
Yeah.
It was his position was
I get that.
It's not
but
really for
his
him anymore.
performances were just bad.
I
Like,
think
he
it's
was-
either you adapt and you learn to play
Exactly.
in a different way, like the way that Odegaard plays at the moment, or you just
Adapt or die.
you die, and he died.
It's World Cup tax as well.
R.I.P.
I feel like you guys missed a big one.
Who are you saying?
Hazard.
Really?
Hazard.
Nah, piss off.
Come
I
on,
think
man.
after that Chelsea career, he should have gone to Real and did shit.
Yeah,
I
but
don't
it's-
think he has to. What is he, 30?
people literally still talk about him. He still has the most
He was
completed.
disappointing at Real Madrid, but
But his
He's
career in the
obviously been
Premier League
disappointing.
was
he
just.
kind of won what people expected him to win.
He's
Yeah.
obviously been disappointing, but I just think like you could see it happening.
Injuries. He's lazy.
Yeah.
It's lazy.
He's a lazy player.
All
I think
right.
there
Oh,
was
sorry.
3 people had a good shout.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mitch. Sorry.
Three great
Rodwell
shouts.
was terrible.
Sorry, Mitch. Mitch
Hey, to be honest, he
Riley,
could
you can redeem yourself. There's
He
10
could.
more questions.
he could win Ballon d'Or next season.
Jack Rodwell, yeah, he's gonna win. He can't even win A-League Player of the Year.
But and his trims are dead. Do you see his
Why does he
cornrows?
keep getting cornrows?
his cornrows.
Watch Riley get cornrows now too.
You want me to?
Been wanted
Rodwell
to
is-
get them.
Surely he's part black.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's mixed race.
Yeah, he'd have to be.
All right. Next question. Excuse me. Who is the best, most versatile player of all time?
Hey.
Hey.
This?
Yeah. Talking to nobody.
I'm ready.
MJ, you ready? You want to kick us off?
Yeah, let's get it.
For me, like I haven't seen every player of all time, but I've seen this guy, and it has to be Wayne Rooney. We've seen this guy dominate as Cam. He's played center midfield. He's played on the wing. We've seen him in the Euros as a youngster, just dominate in the Euros. As a 9, he's been one of the best strikers in the league, in the world, you might even say. But he's done it. He's done everything.
That's great.
He's done everything. He's
That's
the
a
guy.
great shout.
So for
Love
me,
that.
it has to be Wayne Rooney.
I don't know why I didn't think of Rooney.
Well done. That's a nice one. You know who I
Riley?
can back?
Oh, no, bud, you gone?
Yeah, of
Sorry,
course.
go for it, my friend. Just
You know
cut
who
you
I can
off.
back that up with? Federico Valverde.
It's a good shout.
He's the only player. If you stick him right wing, his pace goes up in real life. You put him right back, aggression goes up in real life. You put him center mid, stamina goes up in real life. What more do I have to say? This guy's the most versatile player of this generation of current football now. Not much to say about this guy.
I don't know.
FV.
I just think he's versatile because he's got better players in his own position.
He has to be in that team.
But he's
otherwise
still
he
going
Yeah,
there and
that's what-
doing. He's still when he's wing, he's
still playing
assisting,
well.
scoring.
Yeah.
When he's right back, he's got clamps, man. When he's center mid, he's doing a role.
Well, I've gone for a guy that has actually changed position, Jollington. I think he's already played on the right wing a bit, played 9, now a centre mid, and you could slot him in at centre back. I swear this guy could do a job. 6'4", you can do whatever you want back there. Doesn't matter. He'll be good on the ball as well.
Man,
It'll work.
that Jack Rodwell take rocked
Really
you.
got to his head up.
It rocked you hard.
What's
mate.
wrong with
there's
this?
still time.
That
I
rocked
just,
you.
we meant of all time. I mean,
I haven't
get-
seen everyone all the time, so I'm going with this guy.
You've watched. Oh my god. you
You went for someone that's only good on the right-hand side, so I don't know what you're on about.
plays fucking Real Madrid, mate. You said this guy left wing. He was shit there. He was shit at strike. If you're
He
shit
can
at
still
those
play.
positions- No,
if you're
it's not
shit
that.
at those, that's
If you're
true.
shit
at
If you're shit at the other
doesn't wait for
positions,
one.
you
You
should
should
be a
That's
versatile
you're
player.
right. That's facts. That's not versatility.
That's just being shit
Okay,
and being
cool,
moved
yeah.
around because it costs a lot of money.
Yeah, sick.
That's what it is.
I'm gonna go with after that terrible answer. It can only go up. I'm gonna go with the football Swiss Army knife, James Milner.
Hey, Mum's life, that's a better take right now.
Of course it is.
And I hate Milner.
Football Swiss Army knife. James Milner once played a whole season at left back for Liverpool. Very good, actually. Consistent sevens that season. Left back, he's right-footed. He played left mid and right midfield for City. He can play centre mid, which he has played a lot. He can play left wing and right wing. DM even at Liverpool. Man, come on. That's a Swiss Army knife for
Hey,
football.
this is the same
James
Samuel
Milner.
that yells at him at the TV.
Yeah,
When
obviously
he's
now,
playing
obviously,
all
but
those
we're talking
positions,
all the
he's just
time. We're not
missing.
talking about right now.
In every
We're not
position
talking
he's
about right
listed,
now.
he's yelling at him
Yeah, we're
for
not
that
talking about right
position.
now. We're not talking about right
The
now.
only position he
He's
likes him
38.
at is on the bench.
He's 38. Don't do that. We're not talking about him right now. That's why
Hey,
it's an all-time
I'm just
question.
letting the facts know the truth.
The facts know the,
The facts
truth.
know the truth.
I'm letting the fans know the truth.
I'm going to put that on a
I'm
t-shirt.
gonna record
Facts
you.
know the truth.
I'm gonna record you next time Milner plays, and
He's
then
not
I'll
gonna,
leak
mate.
it.
He's not going to.
One like it, and Mum's life, I'll leak it.
He's not going to play.
All right, ready for the next question?
Let's do it.
I like this one. If you could buy stocks into two footballers right now, who would there be?
Wow.
You know, trying to get
the
the
biggest,
biggest
most amount of
return
money. Yeah.
on investment.
Most amount of money. That's nice.
I know I've got one for sure that I think is pretty
Yeah.
a no-brainer.
Yeah. I think
Two players.
Two players, if you can.
if I could buy stocks right now, that's a good question. I like that a lot. That's actually very tough.
Nah, this has got me thinking. Because I want to do it properly.
You're all very smart, you know,
Yeah, smart
betting men,
individuals.
aren't you?
So, just three of them.
Or do I only hear the wins?
Yeah, you only see the green side of the hill. What? I want to make this good.
Yeah, and then who else am I gonna say? This is crazy.
Nah, this is.
I guess there's like lots of ways you can think about it too, because obviously like you want a good player
Yeah.
who's going to have a long career, but also like,
This is
you
One
know,
that
how
profits.
profits with like brands and, you know, they have a personality,
Me?
you know?
For what? Oh yeah, that's a good one. I'm not. Yeah, I'm not gonna.
Hey guys, I don't think that's his.
Nah, I like that. Hey,
No, that is
I'm telling you.
amazing.
that's really good.
That's thinking outside the box.
This is elite
MJ's in
thinking, bro.
fucking 30, 33.
Hey, nah,
right now.
everybody's won this one.
30, 23, I
Oh,
mean.
I know he's that. Yeah, I know exactly.
Oh yeah, that's.
But well, I'm going to save you till last.
okay.
That's brilliant. Are we ready?
Nope.
Yep.
Samuel, do you want to start?
I'm ready. You guys ready? Going to be ready by the time I've done
should
this.
we wait a bit?
Yeah, you
Should I
two
just
go.
talk?
Yeah,
Okay.
talk it out.
All right, mine. I've done two. My first one. So the two that I've gone with is one's a youngster, and one's a youngster that's very good now.
Okay.
So he's going to obviously, they're going to make me a lot of money. My first one is Lamine Yamal, the 15-year-old for Barcelona who made his debut a couple weeks ago. The Barcelona board came out and said that he's the biggest and best player we've had since Messi.
Damn.
They said
Wow.
he's going to be the best player that Barca's had, since Messi. So obviously at 15 years old and being able to play for Barcelona currently
Didn't they say
in their
that
squad,
about,
in a title-winning squad is incredible.
Nah, Led.
He's also very good. And I used to watch the La Liga juniors, the like Niner side, and he used to play for Barcelona and he was always outstanding.
Them kids are crazy.
There,
Man.
he's crazy. So 15, that's
Wow.
insane. Yep. And then the other one is no-brainer. He's going to be, in my opinion, a top 5 Brazilian player of all time when he finishes his career. He's going to win maybe not even one, but maybe 2 Ballon d'Ors by the time he's done his career. For me, the best player in the world right now, Vinicius Jr.
Yeah, I hear
Your
that,
bar
but
is
that's
real high.
That's like putting money into Bitcoin. It's too expensive to buy at the moment.
Yeah, but the stock, but this is
But
still
the
rising.
return on
You
investment.
don't know-
It's
you don't know if-
rising,
yeah,
yeah.
you don't know if Bitcoin's going to rise.
It could fall.
This
could
is not like
plummet.
me saying Mbappe because Mbappe could go down.
Yeah.
This is guaranteed
Similar.
to go
If he
up.
takes Neymar's direction,
I don't think he will.
his stock's gonna drop.
Riley, you doing some research, man?
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
give me
bud, are
a
you
second.
ready?
I got half.
I just want to.
After his last
Riley's, if you can't see him, he's sweating.
He has
I
to
want
get
to
this
see
one
Riley's
right.
phone
He's
bill after every
glistening.
episode.
Hey, MJC, I could just guess who he said as well. It's so smart.
He's a genius.
Yeah,
It's so.
I can just guess who he
Just
said.
as soon as I saw, it, I was like, of course.
Riley, man, don't try to look, man. I'm
No,
watching
you go. I'm good. I've got mine written down.
Budget.
I want to save MJ to
Okay.
last. Bud, are you ready?
I've got one.
But Riley,
I
do you want
can
to go?
go.
Riley?
Yeah, Riley, go.
All right, I've gone for two players that have a bit of a higher market
pressure's on
value
them.
at the moment, but I think they're two players that if their career goes as expected, it's just going to continue to skyrocket and rise. So Alexander Isak and Camavinga. I think the potential on these two players are exceptional, and if they really do hit that ceiling, which they could do, could be both two of the best players in the world, and could see their market value drastically increase.
Riley throws himself a lifeline for
He
now.
throws himself. He stays alive.
He stays alive for the next round.
alive for another round.
You know what I'm gonna say.
Bud, are
this
you
guy.
ready, or do I have to?
Yeah, no.
You ready?
This I'm throwing away the second one.
Okay.
But the first one, it's not in order. It's just I just wrote it like this. First one is Thiago Silva. Now hear me out. I know what you're gonna say. He's old. He's close to retirement. But if we're talking about purely investments, if you put a bit of money on him now, because people could easily just drop his price because he's older.
Thiago Silva.
Thiago Silva. Hear me
What the
out.
hell are you talking about?
Hear me out. We said
Stocks.
investments. Yeah, stocks. We didn't say youngsters. We said stocks, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's
but-
T Silva's
okay.
stock isn't high. It's already hit its peak, so it's going down. If anything,
It's never going to go back up.
if you're smart,
No.
no, listen. If you're smart, you invest in him because
you
it
wouldn't.
could go back up. This guy has clearly shown no signs of decline at all. He hasn't shown any signs of
He
decline.
plays 8 games a season.
8 games, that's cap. I'm never listening to you say anything again.
Mate, this doesn't make any sense.
It does.
You're,
It does.
you're trying to compare
It's
it
a
to
risk.
stocks that go down and then will go back up, but age,
said might
age
go-
doesn't come
age-
into those
yeah.
factors. He's
You
only
can't
getting
go-
older. He's almost 40.
before Champions League, his stock would have been at 1 point, right? And then
Yeah, so it would've
and
been
then-
good
and then
time
when
to
he won,
invest
it
then.
went up.
Yeah, it would've been good
Okay,
time
so
to
if we
invest
win the
then.
league next year, does it not go up or no?
It depends if he's playing or
Yeah.
not. He doesn't
Could be
even look like
39.
he's in
And that's
Chelsea's
a
playing.
What do you
for
mean?
next
It doesn't
season.
look like they literally re-signed him for a reason.
Yeah, but they keep signing new centre backs.
No, they don't. They've signed everyone they needed to sign.
And they have
It's like
young
saying
just
you're
saying.
Usain Bolt stock right now.
That's,
No, I don't think. I don't. No,
Thiago Silva is a
Real
disgust-
fans will get it.
It's
And the-
most amount of money you can make.
No, it's investing in great stocks.
It's who can make the most amount of money if you
Yeah.
invest in those stocks.
But popular
Thiago
stocks,
Silva
they don't
is
make
making
money.
you $20 maybe.
No, he's not.
You invest
Are
10, you
you
get
all
20.
right? After Champions League, you think
Think
he's
you're
only making
doubling
you
your
20?
money?
Bro, I don't
No
even
way.
think you're doubling
You're
your money
doubling,
with Thiago
tripling,
Silva.
5%.
Yeah, maybe.
Subtract
That's
1,000,
nothing.
put $1 million back on. And my
That's
second
nothing.
one is Tomori. I think if this guy goes back into the Premier League, he's going to be back in the England squad. He's going to be a starting centre back for them.
Yuck.
His price is going to go up. English tax, beautiful. Imagine the English
to the
tax.
Prem.
They didn't make
He's-
Champions League.
He is going to go
I see.
back. He will go
Yeah.
back.
Maybe, but
But yeah, they're my two choices.
Okay.
Gross.
Now, MJ, please.
for
Share
me,
your-
this was a
your wealth of
no-brainer
knowledge with
because
everyone.
you got the heir of CR7 and the heir of Messi, right? They're both
Who
inheriting.
the hell is Messi Jr.?
I was like, you don't know his name.
His name
Mateo.
His name is irrelevant if he's going to be a billionaire for me. So this is a no-brainer. This guy's already a billionaire. He's already a billionaire. And in 10, 15 years with social media, they're going to be a multi-billionaire. So my return on investment's going to be excellent. While this guy's
Richest in the group.
while this guy's investing in Tamori, would you invest in?
Isak and Camavinga.
Not too bad. Not,
Not
too
to
bad.
be fair.
Yeah, we had to save his ass. Otherwise, 3. That would have been a golden duck.
Wow, Mike, good. I like
Very well
Ronaldo
done.
Jr.
Yes.
Because he's
I'm trying to
actually.
remember his bloody name. Isn't the kid's name Tiago?
Which one, Messi?
His kid?
Yeah, he has Thiago, Mateo. I think Mateo's the
Teo,
best though.
that's right.
Mateo's the middle one.
Yeah, he's the one that
He's a
keeps
cheeky
slide
one.
tackling all of them.
Yeah. Corner take it quickly. Origi. That's that one.
What a time. Just an easy one this time, guys.
Oh, nice.
Well, easier.
No failures.
Surely
easy
not.
ones.
Who do you think will win this year's Ballon d'Or? We can do a 1, 2, 3 flip for this one, I think.
Yeah, I think so. This is not who do we think should win. This is who is going to win.
Who's
Who
going to win?
should win?
Oh, this is who should win.
should
Who should win? Sorry, what did I say?
Who's going to win?
Who should win?
Who should win?
Who do you think should win the Ballon d'Or? Sorry. Sorry, that changes everything.
does change everything.
Who should win?
As of right now, far out, man.
That's easy.
It's not that easy.
It's not that easy because there's two clear sides.
Yeah.
I think if we say who will win, I think it's pretty obvious. But
Yeah.
who should win? Sorry, that's
I'm just
bad
going to
wording
keep
from
my
me.
answer. Who cares?
Actually, I'm ready.
Ready?
Yeah, me too.
All right, we'll do 1, 2, 3. Flip. Oh, good catch. We've got Messi,
Haaland.
Haaland,
KDB.
KDB. Oh. What? KDB?
Yeah. I think it's been very consistent over the last couple of years. I think in a season where there hasn't been an outright or favourite, I think this is a time where there's a couple of players that could easily win it. If they win Champions League, why not? You know?
It's just very strange from you.
Why?
If it was anybody else, it'd be okay. Because do you think we have goldfish memory?
Why?
You had KDB as number 8 for
Oh,
best
yeah.
players of this season so far. And that was over halfway.
Players right now.
Yeah, that was
Players
over
right now.
halfway through the season. So,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen, we got it.
We got
this
it.
guy had Ivan Toney ahead of Kevin De Bruyne.
I thought he was going to say Toonie. to be
Yeah,
fair.
bro.
No, but you know, sometimes you're wrong.
Yeah.
So for me, I've said Haaland. I think Messi's going to get it because the World Cup he was exceptional.
Yeah.
You know, arguably he was the best player. Mbappe probably second. But I think if you look at in terms of the season he's had, this guy wasn't in the World Cup as well. But the season he's had, the kind of records he's broken, and if he wins the Champions League, they're going to win the Premier League. If he doesn't win it, I'll actually be shocked. Not that I don't like Messi. I don't think Messi is undeserved because he is. But I just think, what do you have to do individually and as a team from a club perspective, which I think is more equal than the country because he's never going to win the World Cup.
Yeah.
But I think once there's the season he's had this season, first season in the Premier as well, he's broken all kinds of records.
Yeah.
He's about to win the Premier League. He could win the FA Cup. They have a good reason to win the Champions League. If he doesn't win, I'll be like, oh, like that's a surprise. But then again, it is Messi. It is the World Cup. He's a chosen one. So if he wins, I don't really care. But yeah, that's where I'm at.
Samuel, little Vinny down there, you think he deserves it?
Yeah, so it's my thing is, which it's never for this recent years, it's never the best player in the world at the moment. That's not the deciding factor of who wins the Ballon d'Or. So in my opinion, if the award was given to the best player in the world, I think it should be Vinicius Jr. But I think
That's not how it
Messi,
works.
based off the way that it is, I think Messi should win. I think R9 won the Ballon d'Or when he'd scored 6 league goals in the calendar year. But based on his World Cup where they won and they were phenomenal, so I think that's just the way it's going to go. And Messi also still has the most goal involvements for the year in the world.
Oh, really?
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
Yeah, so
It's crazy.
Farmers League, but yeah, sorry.
Mbappe's in the same
I think
league,
it could be the
guess.
other way
Yeah.
around though. I think they'll give it to Haaland because of the accolades.
I just don't think they will.
Nah,
I feel
Messi-
like
I
the
think-
World Cup.
I generally think
He's
Messi's going to get
He's
it.
going to get
Yeah.
it.
They've already
He's gotten it
his
other
name in
times
it.
where it's been like, oh, I don't think he should have got it, but now he's got the World Cup.
He'll
I
get
think.
it. Messi will get it.
Yeah.
I agree.
All right, another little fun one.
Yeah, let's go.
Who are the worst fans in football?
Oh,
I know who I think the worst fans are, but let me know and we'll talk about it. Worst fans can be, whatever you want. They could be, the worst to look at, the worst, whatever you think. You explain your
This
answer.
is too simple for me.
If anyone answer.
In my eyes.
Mine is just more who annoys me the most when I'm just trying to
whatever you
when I'm
think
trying to
your
watch a
answer
nice
should be.
video of one guy or another. I just see the comments and it's irrelevant facts. And I'm like, oh my God, you can't even just
ruined my day.
watch the guy.
We can do
But you got
another.
one, mate? Yeah.
Do we want to go one by one, or are we happy to flip all at the same time and talk about it?
Once.
Okay. We ready?
Yeah, I'm happy to do whatever.
Oh, come on, Riley. 1, 2, 3. Samuel,
Bitch.
please.
That's targeted.
Yeah, 100% it's targeting.
Facts.
What did I even
agree
do,
with that
man?
one.
I picked Mitch. Mitch is the biggest loser of all time.
Yep.
Nah, and
Let him know.
Arsenal fans, 100%. Because these guys were the loudest to talk. When it's every other team challenging for the title, when Liverpool were challenging for the title, Arsenal fans, for some reason, were the loudest
And they were like
to talk.
10th or whatever.
Talk, loudest to talk. This season, so loud. Oh, we're going to win the league. We're going to win the league. Now he doesn't say anything because he's a loser. He's a loser. Mitch is a loser. And Arsenal, all Arsenal fans, I'm grouping you all together, but mainly Mitch. You're all losers.
I think what we need to do is we need to get up like all those episodes where everybody was saying Arsenal's going to win the league, because I think people have forgotten that they were backing it as well.
Yeah. We can get it up. We can get up the ones where you were saying Arsenal were going to win the league and you didn't. And that's your team. And you guys are now.
You gotta back your boys,
We
man.
never thought we were going to win the
I'll
Mitch.
back the team.
Nah,
Gotta-
it's
yeah,
all
you
right.
gotta
Tell
back
you,
the
tell you what
No,
I
no, no,
hate
but
about
this is
Arsenal
different.
fans.
They won't back it.
lames.
They
No,
won't
no,
back
it's-
it.
it's
They
the-
pretend like
Oh,
they
we've
say.
exceeded
Yeah.
expectations this
They're
season.
lames,
I'm
Chris.
like,
They're
no,
lames.
no, no, no,
They're
no, no.
lames.
Crazy.
Have you realized?
Don't
They'll never
project.
admit that they
It's
bought
crazy.
it.
Wait, have
They're
you guys
lames.
realized? Mitch only talks when the older Arsenal lads talk.
Yeah. That's
But-
when he talks.
But when we target
When
him
he's
alone,
allowed to
When his
talk.
uncles say he can talk.
yeah. But when
He
we
talks.
target him alone, he's airing the chat. He's not
airs
replying.
they're the worst. When Liverpool were losing, I swear I never once aired the chat.
Yep.
Yeah.
When we both,
I'm there.
These guys,
Always.
as soon as Arsenal, out of the chat,
Mute. Yep.
completely gone.
He's gone.
They don't even open the chat anymore.
and
D&D,
he
straight
works.
on D&D.
Yeah.
He has work, so obviously he's watching the game or he's
Yeah.
doing something.
Yeah,
It's cap,
facts.
man.
But it's
Now-
crazy.
D&D.
There's no way.
D&D
There's
FC.
no way it can
That's
be
what they should be
Arsenal.
called.
Riley
It's not
is
possible.
delusional, but please explain your answer.
No, see, this is the
He
thing,
said
because for Liverpool fans, look, there's some that I can bear with, but a lot of them are just delusional fans, and a lot of them will blame. They never think that they're in the wrong. Everything they say is gospel and right, and then they'll say everyone else is the worst. I won't
nailed
say who, but there's some people in this panel that will say, you guys are the worst fans, you're the worst fans, but will never take blame.
Have you watched an Anfield game? Just a question. Have you watched any game at Anfield
Unfortunately,
before?
I've watched a couple.
Have
yeah.
you seen the cop?
I don't think he means the supporters there. I think he's talking about the in
Just the
general.
fans in
Yeah,
general.
just in general.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, like the support at the games are good. Don't get me wrong, but I think when you talk to a
Yeah,
Liverpool
I agree
fan,
with you.
you know they're a Liverpool fan,
Facts.
and not for the right reasons.
Yeah.
I hate when these two Chelsea
Yeah,
losers.
see, and then it's it.
Yeah,
They
I
don't
got
even
a good
watch the game,
example.
so shit.
Yeah.
I got a good VVD, best defender in the world.
Yeah, they do say that. That's crazy.
Joe Gomez so good. Oh,
Yeah, I hear that one a lot as well.
Kanate, best investment.
What do they normally say about Trent as well?
Thiago when he plays 6 games. Oh, best midfielder in the world.
Mate, you just said the best investment would be Thiago Silva.
Oh,
who's
see,
40.
see, look at him. Oh, Thiago,
He's
6 games
40.
this season, so good. Oh, best midfielder, best progressive passer. Oh my God, did you see his flick? Oh my God. Milner, multiple position Milner. Oh, so versatile. Oh, so good.
I can't breathe.
Oh, Trent. Oh, crossfield switch to his little boyfriend Robertson. Oh, so good.
It's changed a couple times. But
What was that
I'm
speed
for it.
dance?
It started getting into a different accent as well.
Yeah, started getting a little bit racy, but
Oh, I could not listen to that anymore.
Oh
MJ,
my God.
please get me out of this.
For me, this
Misery.
one, this. I reckon these fans piss me off the most, and I'm talking more like online social media forums. You could see a post about Messi doing some phenomenal stuff, and the fan will be like, "But it'll be a foreign guy as well. It'll be like but-
African most
It'll be like
likely.
it'll be a guy from Nigeria being like, yeah, but Ronaldo did this, and that, and you can't just enjoy the film. Like, remember when we talked about Ronaldo saying he hasn't been playing well, and we got so much slander from Madrid and Ronaldo fans being like, oh, you're using it for clout.
Yeah, using Ronaldo for clout.
You talk about Messi in any kind of like negative way. Oh, you know, Messi shits on your whole generation, and you're like, whoa, I just didn't have a good game.
Yeah.
I literally once said that Messi is an awkward person. And they were going, so what? You haven't even lived a quarter of Messi's life. Like, what?
Oh, yeah.
I just said he's autistic. Relax.
These fans online?
Yeah.
The online fans? Damn,
Crazy.
man.
Yeah.
Different gravy.
I've gone with something very basic and simple, and everyone can probably agree with this one. Spurs fans just suck. They're the worst. They're just one of the worst football fans in the world. No passion, nothing. Like at least Chelsea fans racist. That's you got some. Spurs they got friggin' nothing. Liverpool you got loser fans. Arsenal you got delusional fans. Spurs you guys have nothing.
You can't say at least we're racist. Like it's
I didn't say we. I said
yeah, but
they
you're a
got
Chelsea
racist
fan.
fans.
That's what I mean. Maybe if you weren't a Chelsea fan, it'd be all right.
Yeah, but Spurs they got nothing.
I see what you're saying about Spurs.
There's nothing. You guys don't even support the team when they made a Champions League final. I think I saw like one patch of white supporters. I'm not talking about the colour of the people.
Wouldn't catch that at Chelsea game, am I right? It would be
Talking
the whole
about
stadium.
I'm talking about the sector. It was just small. It was tiny.
I just want to give us a small shout out to Chelsea fans. They are just they're the best.
We used to have. Remember, we used to have some more on this show.
Yeah, but where'd they go? Remember when Chelsea came to play in Australia?
Yeah, no.
I went to the game. Our friend was a Chelsea fan, and like the Chelsea chants were starting, and no one knew them.
Do they have chance?
It was just that
Chelsea.
and then the Chelsea song came on, and it was like dead silent. It
They have a
was
song.
apparently.
I don't
That's
know
what I
what the
mean.
song
Like no one knows.
Must be new.
Yeah, losers.
I know the Adelaide United song.
All right, next question. Who is the most overrated player in the Premier League this season?
Oh, this season.
This
Amazing.
season. Just this season. We'll narrow it
I
down.
know-
Not of all time.
I know
this
Buds
time.
already.
This season.
Yeah, but
Incredible. It's difficult. Okay, here we go.
overrated.
The next question is so funny.
Most overrated.
Fuck, I don't know if I spelled it.
Yeah, I got one.
Fuck, I'm shit at spelling.
I was loving your Camavinga spelling.
I didn't
Was it
even
really
see.
wrong?
It was so
Oh, okay.
Put an E in there.
Yeah, there was an E
I
in
looked at
there.
it. I was like,
I think
nah,
it
Ryder's
starts
had
with
enough
K
today.
as well.
Sorry,
It started with the C.
Okay, my
Maybe
bad.
it starts.
No, it starts
it
with a
starts
C. Yeah.
Oh, does it? Oh.
Yeah.
Come on.
But I don't know where there was an E.
There's no.
Yeah,
It's
E.
Kama. Like
Yeah, but when
M-A.
I didn't see
Kama.
his spelling. I'm trying to
He's
think
put
where
an E
you
in
put Kama Mev.
It was like
Nav, but Mev.
Mevinga.
Yeah, Mev.
Camavinga.
Mevinga.
We made Riley's head
Thank fuck I
hot.
just checked that one because that could have been bad. That one isn't
At
good.
least spelled Jack Rodwell right.
Yeah. Surprised.
Thanks, man.
Because he Googled it.
I had it preloaded.
If Riley ever runs out of data before episode, rip.
I'm
R.I.P.
fucked, Yeah,
Free him.
Hold it down.
Everybody ready? But no.
I'm ready.
I need 30 seconds.
We can do. Do you want to do one by one?
Sure.
Do you have one, Bud, or do you want me to?
Yeah, I got one.
Bud, would you like to kick us off? Most
Yeah.
overrated player in the Prem this season?
Yep. I think this player,
Say his name.
De Gea, is
Yeah.
my
Ooh, love
most
that.
overrated player of the season this year.
Mm-hmm.
Only yesterday did I see a stat saying that he's on track to win the Golden Glove for the season.
Gonna win it.
Stupidest
He's gonna win
award
it.
of all time.
Stupidest award.
So dumb.
If you watch football and you see him play,
Yep.
you'd be like, what's the point? What's the point of winning that? Just because you keep a clean sheet in some games, then concede 7 in others, concede 2 stupid goals in the Europa League game.
Mistakes that cost you points week in,
Points?
week out.
Yep.
First touch
Don't
awful.
you, What's he,
Yeah,
No, shut the
We
hell up.
will not forget what you
Go.
did.
That's Riley's go.
He put him as keeper of the season.
And then Ten Hag's out here saying, "Oh, we really want him in the squad. We're thinking of we're in negotiation renewing his contract."
Yeah, tell him.
This guy's been washed ever since that falling out with the Real Madrid transfer in the last hour. Remember when he was meant to go to Madrid and it just fell apart?
And then they got Courtois instead.
Man,
Lucky for them.
lucky for them and United fans just think he's just untouchable. I think that's the thing that
They
pisses
think
me
he's
off.
still the same De Gea as he was.
Yeah, they're like,
once.
he's our
They think he's
same.
untouchable.
United fans that I know, they're like, thank God we still have De Gea. I'm like, are you watching the same team?
It's crazy.
Yeah, that's a great shout, bud. Love
Yeah,
that.
good shout.
Samuel?
Yeah, I've gone with another United player, Marcus Rashford.
Thank you.
Because the way that if you had never looked at anything or watched any football, the way that United fans and English people and Premier League people have talked about Marcus Rashford this season, you'd think he'd had the best season anyone's ever seen in the world. You'd think he'd scored 29 goals, had 15 assists, United would have won the title, Rashford would be phenomenal. Realistically, he scored 16 goals this season.
As a winger.
A winger for some games, the guy for a lot of the games. He's sitting in a way right now where his performances get covered up by his goals a lot of the time, where he's playing not great and then he scores and then it's Marcus Rashford continues his form. Of course, he went through a big form phase, but people were screaming for player of the season this year for this Marcus Rashford. Get the out of here.
Do you remember? I literally saw some stuff. It was like this Marcus Rashford version is better than any
Sterling.
any Sterling,
Yeah,
any Vini,
that's how I knew.
any Vini ever.
That's how I knew,
whoa.
man. That's how I knew.
All right, well, I've gone for a player that at the start had a fair bit of hype. He was playing for a team that was just underperforming and finally got a big move, and he's just never lived up to the name, Richarlison. I think he's had an absolute stinker of a season, only scoring 1 goal, and it was probably one of the crappiest goals we've seen for a while. And the celebration was just awful, which made me instantly think of this guy.
And then they went on to lose the game. Good times.
Yes, sir.
Exactly.
Diego Jota.
MJ?
So for me, I think based on the price, Anthony.
Facts.
Yeah.
He was brought in on big money. They expected a lot. You don't pay that much money for a guy to be very good next year. This guy's got to hit the ground. He's got to hit the ground running. He's had his moments where he's been good, but I think he's been very inconsistent. He's working with a coach that he's worked with before, so
No excuse.
that being an excuse is not really the case in my opinion. And yeah, for the money that they paid, I'm not too impressed.
He doesn't
So, yeah.
do a lot of
He can't beat his man.
He
cannot
reminds me
beat his
of
man.
this girl I used to play with. And at training,
Name drop.
at training,
Say her name,
she used to like just do like step overs and like all these tricks, but she wasn't going anywhere. She was just had the ball, and our coach was like, "Well done, Nat," and you're like,
On that.
You're not going past anybody. I feel like he does a lot of that. He's got the trickery and the skills, but he's not doing anything.
Yeah,
He's
free
just
Nat.
doing it on the side.
Nat, if you're watching that,
Tag her
she's
in the
talking
comments
about
below.
you.
Oh, she used to wear a weird beanie to training as well.
Hey, yo, nah, I would have taken this.
Production needs a tagger.
What's her last name?
I'm not.
May as well.
Oh, she was awful. Anyway, I love this next question. If Arsenal's season this year was a movie, what movie would it be? You can just do title, or you could do storyline. You know, whatever you see fit.
Yeah.
I've got such a good one. I am going to write on my own whiteboard. I really hope someone says it too.
What is it?
It's a secret.
Are you sure? Fuck, I haven't seen this movie in years. The movie that I picked, I haven't seen it in years. I hope I remember it right. Mitch, what would yours be?
It'd be a TV show.
Which one?
Tariq. How Book 2.
Don't know what the hell that is, man.
Some garbage.
Some shit I'd expect Mitch to watch.
It took me too long to watch the actual Power. I was like, I'm not investing in the other ones.
Did you like it?
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. It was very, I don't know. It was just a bit
know.
dramatic.
I've never seen any of that.
Oh, you
Never.
like Power?
It was good. Like, I think I just like bought into the hype. Like everyone was watching and I was like, oh, But it was good because I started watching it late, so I didn't have to wait each week for the episodes because I was so far behind.
I hate when they do that.
Yeah.
Just drop the whole thing.
But then my friend's husband spoiled. I got a massive spoiler when what's her name died. Yeah, Angie. I was like, anyway, yeah, it was pretty good. It's just I don't have time for long episodes, you know. We ready?
Yep.
All right, Riley, would you like to kick us off on this one? Or are you trying to remember the plot of the movie and see if it matches up?
Give me a sec.
Bud, you got one?
Oh, I got a couple.
Please share with us.
You guys want me to?
Yes, sir.
Please do.
Okay, I got a couple of these.
He's been waiting for this.
So first movie I've got is Fast and Furious. I think it's number 7, where they do the split scene, where they go that way. See you again. That song.
Yep.
Charlie Puth.
Yeah.
Is that so?
I think it's 7 or 6.
There's too many. I don't know.
6 or 7.
Yeah.
It's one of them.
I think 7 they went to the moon.
Who knows about that movie?
But yeah, but it's one of them ones. It's just it's that scene. You all know what scene I'm talking about.
And what are we replacing the cars with?
We'll replace you with one car is Arsenal, one car is a title.
Yeah.
And then if we want to really extend it, we can let another road
Yeah.
and make it an M8. Call it the M8. It could be Europa League. But yeah, another movie, John Wick. Arsenal remind me of John Wick. Whole lot of shots being fired at the start of the season. Now I'm seeing no guns with no ammunition. None of them.
Done. Love that. Is there another one? I can't
Yeah,
see
there's
the
one more.
Please share.
There's one more. This one, this is for the thinkers. This one's for the thinkers.
Oh, I get it.
This is the Avengers one. And this is actually more about Man City.
That movie.
Think of Man City being Thanos. They were acquiring the stones silently. And think of Arsenal being, how the Hulk scene happened at the start? Think of it happening at the end, where Thanos just beats the shit out of Hulk.
Makes sense, yeah.
And he makes him turn back to the old, and he can't turn back to the normal Hulk anymore.
Because he's
Yeah, that was a 4-1
Yeah.
game. So think of it like that. Think of Thanos beating Hulk, and think of Arsenal losing 4-1 and them being Hulk, and City being Thanos. And they acquired the final stone at the end of the season when they win.
amazing.
But that was incredible. I don't know if we're going to top that.
It's a good
but
description.
MJ?
For mine, it's Pimp My Ride. It started off good, It was an entertaining show. It was mad. You're like, oh, this thing's lit, hectic.
Exhibit's doing it.
And then it becomes just a whole lot of tomfoolery at the end. To the point where you're like,
We're putting 15-inch rims, TVs in your
We're putting a hot tub in the back
I'm
seat.
telling you, some girl, she said, my mom, she does pool therapy. So she goes to pick up the car. They've taken all the seats out, which she needs to take her mum places. They've put like a sauna in the back, and it's a 1-seat car. So they've ruined her whole whip because all she did was mention one tiny little detail. Yeah, it's Arsenal season. It starts off nice, but then towards the end, you get something you didn't pay for.
Yeah, thanks.
That's not bad.
Oh,
Well, I've picked a movie where
that's the one I had, Riley.
Yeah, everything's starting off good. It's starting to look like a love story. Everything's going right. They're so happy, and then all of a sudden, the massive iceberg that is Man City hits them. Bang, done. Season's over for bottle jobs, and it just makes sense because they're around water bottles.
Is Jack
water.
going into the water? Is that the trophy just slipping off
That is,
into
yeah.
the
Could be
Really
Saliba as well.
It could be
Oh,
Saliba.
yeah, nice,
That's true.
nice.
Yeah, it could have prevented as well. Like if while I was Jack in the water, the brother could have been could have saved himself.
It could have fit on the ball.
We could have saved ourselves.
trophy
But
cabinet.
it's all right.
I went with another Leonardo DiCaprio movie, Shutter Island.
Oh,
So the whole movie,
Great movie as
the
well.
whole
think
movie,
you know.
you think we're all thinking Arsenal's going to win the title. So for the
Yeah.
whole season, they've tricked us, right? We're thinking
bang.
Arsenal's going to win the title. Like Arteta's the guy, he's the main guy. But then when you get to the end, your whole mind's blown because the whole time they were just tricking us.
Yep.
The whole time Arsenal were just tricking us.
Facts.
Really, they were never in the title.
No.
City were just the doctors at the place, just walking around with him, pretending he's an
Pretending, yeah.
agent, whatever, blah, 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 spoiler alert. And then gets to the end of the season and they say, come on, mate.
Switch
Snap
on.
out.
It's over. We thought we could trick you.
Yep.
You'd realize that you're not the title challenger, but you didn't realize. It took a draw, loss, then a loss to Brighton for you to realize that the gun's not real. It's got no bullets.
Nope.
There you
That's
go.
amazing by
That's
everybody.
such a good movie.
Well
as well.
done.
Yeah, thank you.
Love
it's a
that.
great movie.
Love that.
Couldn't have done it without Arsenal. So.
How many more do we have left?
Shout out Arsenal.
Yeah, gonna. Yeah.
There
I could do a
is.
couple more.
Yeah, goodness.
Should we skip that one because we just did?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
This could just be a whole episode by itself.
Maybe do these last two.
Fans.
Or do
I
you
can't
wanna
wait
do
for
that one?
fans to send in
Yeah,
ones.
I reckon we'll do
The
the
last
last
two?
two. Yeah,
I think some people are going to be so creative.
Yeah.
All right, couple more before we wrap it up today.
the memes.
I love
Yeah,
that
they're
question.
gonna. If we open it to
That was
them,
a good
they'll
question.
say some.
That was a
fucking
great
crazy
question.
ones.
All right. Who has the highest level of football IQ in the Premier League today?
Oof. Highest level of football IQ. I feel like.
You can't even say there's a couple. I think there's only like 2 or 3.
You're a dickhead.
We ready to go?
Yep.
Right. We might do a 1, 2, 3 flip on this one.
Yep.
Are we, Bud? You ready?
Yeah.
Yeah. Alrighty. 1, 2, 3. You're gonna piss someone
Who'd you
off
put?
with that answer.
I can't see yours.
We have
KDB.
Thiago, KDB, and
Jorginho.
Jorginho, he reckons.
George.
Would Samuel, you want to kick us off?
Yeah, Thiago. Like Bud said, the 6 games he plays, man, he is phenomenal in those games. Football IQ, one of the smartest ever. If you just study his actual game and what he does before he receives the ball and the things that he does in terms of his body positioning, which way he scans, determining which way he turns, phenomenal. I think the highest football IQ and weight of pass as well.
Love that.
Look, I think the same can be said for most players on this list, but I think KDB just does it at a higher level than the rest. That is why he's the top, and will probably stay the top for the next couple of years, I reckon.
Yeah,
All
and
above.
on top of that, this guy, he's got everything. You look at his finishing IQ, his finishing abilities, his passing IQ, his passing abilities, the way he can just free himself up, the way he plays, his awareness. Just this guy's, he's making a case for himself for one of the best players in the Prem of all time, let alone
100%.
midfielders.
Yeah.
This guy's he's got everything. It's actually, it's incredible.
This guy is purely football IQ because he has no physical attributes whatsoever.
That would have been my second answer.
Full stop. That's what I'm gonna say. No physical attributes whatsoever. He can. It's not just on the ball. He's very good at coordinating players.
I rate it.
So yeah, I don't think I have to say much about.
Jorginho.
Yeah.
That's why I
It's a
said
good
he was
shout,
going to be
man.
the best coach.
Yeah, he'd be a very good coach, I reckon.
Okay. Last question. Unless you want me to do some from the Instagram question box, but we'll just see how we go. Who is the worst Premier League striker that you've seen play a game?
Ever?
The worst ever.
Yeah, I got one.
I'm just gonna say this one because it just popped into my head straight away.
I've got one as well. If I had a board, if he hasn't been said, I'll add him in there.
Worst striker you've seen to play a game. I actually don't know.
Come on, guys. Let's go.
It's quiet in here when no one's talking.
Yeah.
When Mitch isn't here.
Talk about it, talk about it, talk about it.
Is it just like one performance or?
No, I think that's the one player.
Yeah.
Like the worst you've seen. You can just say one performance if you want.
Yeah, man.
Can't get worse than your other answers.
I actually can't think of one, but I'm just going to shout this guy out.
Sure.
Talk
Are we
about
not ready?
Yeah.
I'm ready. Everyone, I think
Oh.
everyone's ready. Is everyone ready?
Yeah.
Don't be scared, man. Put him in.
I can be ready.
Might do it. Do you want to do a 1, 2, 3 flip or one by one?
Whatever you think, Krista.
Let's do it. Let's do a flip. Who is the worst Premier League striker you've seen play? Alrighty, we ready?
Yes, sir.
1,
do
2,
it.
3. Torres versus United. Oh, we're going to a single.
I'm going.
All right, we think alike.
Yeah.
man.
Hey, and Bud.
I did Roberto Soldado.
Ooh.
Wasn't he?
He was kind of techie.
Yeah, he was kind of techie, wasn't
Not when I was watching him. Not when I was watching him at Tottenham. You could say maybe when he was in Spain, but
he? Oh yeah, fair enough.
Samuel, MJ, same answer.
Yep.
Yeah, this guy just. I watched this guy live as well, and usually when you watch players live,
It's different.
you're like, oh, this guy's way better than I thought. But this guy, he wasn't, and maybe he just had a bad time. But he just didn't look like he was a professional at the time that I watched. And, he might have left Arsenal, whatever, done well, this, that. But when he was there, I was really not impressed.
I honestly think every Arsenal fan that actually watches football would have said Yaya Sanogo is one of the worst players they've ever seen play. And to me, when I've seen him play, he played 21. He played 21 Premier League appearances, 0 goals.
Yeah.
0. He is bad.
even
He's
watching him,
just bad.
he's awkward.
He's so awkward.
He's like dangly for no reason.
But the thing is, right,
Pause.
Adebayor was awkward, but he was incredibly technical. Like,
Yeah,
he was
this
good.
guy was
But
just
this guy
dangly.
you have to
Sanogo
have
was just
something.
bad. That's just howler.
It was
That-
left field of that.
Yeah, he
of
was
that
howler.
vibe.
I think he could control maybe his thigh of his leg, and then the rest just follows. Like it was like an octopus, really.
You know those things that are like at the car dealership? Those like
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I
wacky,
see.
waveable, whatever they're called. Riley? Just highlighting one performance.
It's just
there.
one performance because this one does hurt me as well because he is probably one of my favorite players that I've seen play. But I think that's why this one stuck in my head so vividly. That miss against United gives me nightmares. It was one of probably the easiest chances you could get, and it would have done so much for us, but completely missed it. Became a meme because of it, and probably messed him up mentally.
Chelsea Torres was really bad.
He was so
How a
bad.
player can go from he could have been
He
in that
was
failed career
something else.
How he can go from how good he was at Liverpool to then that level.
Yeah.
Nah, he wasn't that bad.
His saving grace was Champions
He was
League.
bad.
Yeah.
That was it.
If he didn't have that, that could have been one of the worst stints.
He got us into the final. I'll never forget that.
Very bad.
Could never forget that, baby.
Damn.
All right, that's been another week of how the hell did I get here?
Yeah.
What a game.
What a game.
What
What
a
an episode.
time.
Fans love this
What
game.
an
actually.
episode indeed.
Yeah, they love
the
it.
A-League. Love talking about the A-League.
Yeah.
Very exciting. See what's going to happen.
No, Riley. Riley was dissing her at the end. Riley made a diss track halfway through the episode.
It was just one guy, man.
Yeah, but that's what. I
But
love
how do you
Riley.
feel not having the worst howlers today? You feel good?
Yeah, but
you mean? He's still
I don't think I have the worst howlers ever. I think my takes are
Okay.
brilliant.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you have to back your own
Yeah,
self.
you do. You do. I love
If you don't
the
back
confidence.
yourself,
Who
Love
will?
the confidence.
It's true. You gotta
Exactly.
be confident at least.
Exactly.
You can be confident.
Yeah.
Thanks, that's all right.
I mean,
happy for
my
you.
guy's seeing it now. Gandhi Banks. It only takes one to start a movement, baby.
true.
That's all I gotta say.
Sure.
I hear that, man.
That's it.
All right.
It's
Amazing.
been Let Him Shoot.
It has.
Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and comment. And thanks for the comments. Thanks for the love. Peace.
Happy Anzac Day.